Hey Jazz, how you doing, buddy?
Oh no, my mic isn't working. Hold on a second.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Correct. Jazz, can
uh,
you hear me?
of course, this happens again.
Jesus.
Ah!
So you've got your speaker issues. You can't even hear me commentating right now, and I've got
Nope,
plumbing
that's not
issues.
working. If I use my headset, hold on a second.
Anyway, everybody, thank you for tuning
Oh
in.
shit.
While Jazz sorts his shit out, he's going to be muttering to himself throughout the entire thing. Hey, what's up? Hey, Jason, let's go. So, looks like the two other hosts are having issues. One is running late, and Jazz, while we can hear him, he can't hear us. So it's up to me to entertain you guys for.
Last time.
And if you notice, just on the
Mm,
side here, I've got my quarter,
I always put it back.
which is this
Oh,
figure
I
is
don't know what you're talking
massive.
about.
If anybody out there has
I
seen
always
pictures
put it
I've been
back.
posting, if you're getting bored of Mando photos, I'm sorry. There's going to be more coming. This Hot Toys figure, I got to tell you, I never thought I would own one, but having jumped in at the quarter scale, it is insane the quality of pictures you can do, even the quality of the figure. I mean, if you look at this figure here, like this thing, it with the right perspective, it looks like you're in cosplay. Like you could convince people that it's a picture of yourself in cosplay, right? That's the flame effect that I've got on it there. But it has full articulation, and the joints are ratcheted. So it's because it is a little bit heavier, being a bigger figure, but because the joints are ratcheted, it can hold its pose and be able to stand and everything. While I just knock it off the table here. But yeah, I don't know if you can see the detail here. I'll drop this flame effect, and just even on Grogu, Grogu has full articulation here. I've got him in the bag, and I may take him out to show him to you. But you've got the mines on the side here. They're magnetically held in, and they even have like writing on the back of them. I don't know if you can see it, but the attention to detail, right? Like it's just incredible. Um, so it's I've yeah, I sure did. Yeah, man, and it's a dangerous club to be in because now I'm looking at other stuff. But yeah, this is the quarter scale Mando, and I got to tell you, this figure is just incredible. If you get a chance, check out some of the recent posts I've done. They're all this guy, and they are convincing so far as looking real, right? So it's I'm just blown away. And the fact that it's got articulation as well, like full articulation, that it's a like you can have them do like the side neck back and forth like that, right? And so it's double ball jointed. So you've got a whole range of motion there, which is just incredible. Now, a lot of people cherish their Hot Toys. I love this figure, but it's also a tool. So I'll show you the range of motion because I'm not afraid to push the joints. Um, so look at that. You can get 90 degrees. And a lot of the reviews, they weren't willing to go that far, but it can go that far and it can hold it, right? And you'll see on this side as well. So there's great range of motion, even at the hips. Like if you're willing to use it as it's intended, right? Like let it use its articulation. It can turn at the hip, so it's got ab crunch. Now, of course, the armor and all the padding in here that will definitely get in the way. But and also with the leg, it's double jointed at the knees, right? Like look at that. This is as posable as any figure out there. So I'm really blown away with the quarter scale. Um, some of the other figures that I've been getting into quite a bit are the Mafex. I think everybody knows I've been a Mezco guy for a while, but they kind of pissed me off a little bit, and I don't want to spend any time with negative stuff. But but what I've found with Mafex is the articulation is just incredible. Um, where's the here? I'll grab one of my favorites, Wolverine here. Now I'm pretty sure I've shown this one before because when we were doing the last host, I think it was when I first grabbed these guys. But I just love the range of motion and the detailing. What I really appreciate about this figure is it looks like he's wearing a costume with the detailing that's there. Right, and I think you can see that. And actually, you know what? I've got some of my photography lights here. I can try and highlight it a bit. Oh, of course, the battery's dead on that one. So let's go to the next one here. All right, there we go. So, oh Jesus, as I burn out the camera on my iPad, I don't even know if that's possible. But... all right, now, so now you can see it. Lighting, the spice that makes everything nice, right? And you can see the wrinkling in the uniform there. So it's not skin tight like like the costume's been spray painted on, but it looks like he's wearing a costume, which is something I really dig. And the other thing that I wasn't sure if I liked it at first, but the claws and the curve that they have, it's kind of cartoony, kind of fun, right? Like so you can get a great range of motion and also just the energy there in the curved blades. It really helps to sell like a powerful strike even, right? And the other interesting thing about these figures is how you can actually cross the arms, like the butterfly crosses both forward and back, right? So you can see it right in there. It's got a great range of motion. So that's my Mafex, my current favorite Wolverine. Now, oh, and another interesting find was, I think the company is Sentinel. Somebody keep me honest. Believe it or not, I found this figure on Amazon. I think total was $60, and it's the full Peter B. Parker. And I'm blown away with this figure as well. It's got an incredible range of motion, but I didn't realize that it was a real deal. I thought I was ordering a knockoff, but it's the real thing. So it was a pleasant surprise. But what I love about this figure is how expressive it is, and you can like the way you can, with the double joint, you can get the leg right up, and that's because they've provided a little bit of a divot there for the calf to go in, but even when he's standing there, it still looks normal. So they did a great job of hiding it and containing it. So I don't know if any of you out there have this figure, but this one, he's also really fantastic, and I love the little beer belly. You know, I've developed one. Yeah, on Amazon. It was wild, just stumble across, right? So apparently he goes for a lot more. So I feel pretty lucky. And if I'm not mistaken, there might still be one up there. But so that's that figure. And some of the other things that are going on. I guess I'm occupying the screen, so I'll just pitch. I've just launched my website as well. I've got it here, tarotcomics.xyz. What I've got available there is workshops where I talk about the process that I follow for doing my photos, the way I set up my lighting, and so there's three tenets that I follow when I'm doing my photography. Right, first is posing. Jazz, dude.
Okay, thank fucking. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
All
I
right.
swear it's like every other week this
Let
happens.
me just and so I don't want to take up any more time with that now that we're all together, but check out my website, and I hope that we get to do a workshop together. All right, Jazz. So, buddy, you made it.
Oh my god, I am so glad that is over. I want to throw this laptop out the goddamn window.
Well, now
This is
that dude, wait until after the show.
I can do it live. It can be very entertaining for people.
That would be fun. We might even get a little dizzy and stuff as it spins to the ground, right?
Yeah, okay. So what have you purchased other than the giant Din and
my baby,
Grogu?
my infant in cosplay.
Yeah.
You know what? Not trying to think. I just did a demo of that Sentinel Spider-Man I got off Amazon for like $60, right? The Peter B.
Okay.
Parker. I
Yeah.
don't know if
Yeah.
I showed pictures of them in the. Yeah, I did that. I did that. Just the right amount of vodka in my coffee pitcher
Yeah.
with Peter B. Parker.
Nice. I can't remember if we went over what all of us had purchased recently.
Well, dive in, man. The only thing I can think of right now is this Hot Toys Mando. So I can't think of it. So why don't we dive into your what you've recently acquired?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I can't remember.
Just show it,
Did
man.
I show everybody that I okay,
Show it.
whatever. I purchased the
Oh, the Mafex Gwen.
yes, I did. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
I
She's
did
like
like her, but I wish she had a better crunch at the ab. Best
honestly
Mafex
like
Gwen I've played with, but I mean,
yes, I do agree. She definitely needs a better ab crunch, but this is still the better one out of the two, from what I can tell. That have been or out of the three that have been released in terms of imports.
yeah.
So I'm
I
happy
I
with
could
it.
I couldn't tell you. I just I really I was kind of bummed by the Mezco Gwen because I could tell it was the same buck that every single Mezco female rocks, right? Like a little bit of, but not enough to.
Oh, how she can't even like have her elbows past this,
Yeah,
past like 90 degrees. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't understand it.
but it
But
it looks great. Like Mezco always looks the best of all of them, in my humble opinion.
oh, for
It's
sure. But
always
like
works of art.
I don't know how well it's going to be because I find that Spider-Man suits should be very skin tight because it still seems a
Well,
little bulky.
actually, you know what? I'm kind of digging it. This thing like where they're wearing hoodies and shorts, and, like Miles with the hoodie and shorts, and her
Of
with
course, of course.
I'm
Yeah.
digging the style change. Like to me, it's a fresh take. You know, like I've been reading comics since the '70s,
Yeah.
and that's it's very fresh, right? So
Yeah.
it's nice to see something different in the design. And again, dude, that's what's cool about it is everybody gets to have an opinion on it too, right?
Yeah.
Just because yours is wrong doesn't mean anything.
Well, Zach would be very upset about it.
Yeah, well, we tried to get him to join, but he wasn't down for it.
Well, I mean, in terms of like the Mezco stuff, right? Because I'm trying to lean away from Mezco because it's so expensive.
Well, I posted in the group today. I canceled 4 Mezco orders today.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was oh my god, I smoked a joint. Now I'm not gonna be able to remember what it was. But the Dick Tracy set, Prune
Oh,
Face.
you canceled that?
Yeah, I thought about it, Jazz. Like I'm kind of going through a transitional period with my photography and stuff, and
Yeah.
I was thinking like I've got shelves full of Mezco figures here that I dig, but I don't use in a lot of photos, right? And then I was thinking, do I really need to have some more come that are going to I might use in 1 or 2 shots and then not use again for a while? And so and now there's also a method to my madness. This right here, right? So
Yeah.
I'm banking funds toward another Hot Toys, and
Oh
so
wow.
when I weigh that against what those Mezcos were going to bring for me. Oh, and also Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. I canceled both of those.
Yeah, I like the look of Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, but the thing is, I
Dude,
already have the
if I wasn't like
the Hasbro one.
such a big boner for Hot Toys, I would have kept them just because they look like they're cool figures.
Yeah.
But I just I don't know. I think I've been really having a good time at this quarter scale, and and also with the simpler shots because like usually I've got like anywhere from 2+ kind of figures. You're the same, right? Um,
Yeah.
and a lot more complexity to the shots. what I'm finding with quarter scale is it's more being able to figure out the forced perspective, and those are fun shots, the forced perspective shots. So,
Oh, yeah.
But I've discovered like you can get a lot of activity out of like just a figure set, by telling different stories with them. And I don't like, and you could tell me honestly, like, is it getting boring, the stuff that I'm doing, or is it still staying?
No. I'm still really liking all of your stuff. It's just a matter of when the algorithm puts it out, or if I miss it in the group chat. I have to like dig through our group
no,
chat. That's
dude,
really it.
dude, I don't give a shit. Like, this isn't a report, right? We all support each other as best we can, and you know what? Sometimes you're gonna miss. Sometimes what I'll do with our group is I'll go through. Well, actually, with every chat group I'm in, I'll go through and I'll look to see what everybody's been doing and see if I missed anything.
Yeah.
And then I try and react to it, right? But also, like, this is fun and this is a hobby. It's not it's not a video man. What up?
Hey,
I made it.
Yeah, buddy.
nice.
Right on.
Awesome, man.
Welcome to the show, pal.
Hey, and so sorry guys. Here's my daughter. She just
Okay.
You want to say hi, Ellie?
Hi. What's your favorite toy?
Some unicorn.
The unicorn.
Really?
And
I
some
do-
puppet or some makeup toy for Bobby.
Oh, that's cool.
That's so awesome.
It's only for girls, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the most important thing is that you're having fun with them, right?
Right, Ellie?
Right on.
So,
Yeah.
guys, sorry for being late. It's my first time. So where are we at?
Oh, we're just shooting the shit. And actually, Vito, he asked me a question about the new page I started. And you know what inspired me to create that is actually this Hot Toys. I always had that other site, and believe it or not, it was actually purely for me to create Mezco and get information from Mezco. But then once I made the decision to get this figure, I thought, you know what, I want to do a series of photos on this figure with no other figures in it, or maybe the hint of another figure or the hint of another character in it, but tell the entire story from their perspective and just really focusing on the figures. And so that's why I called the secondary one Mando and Grogu, I think it was. Then underscore TC for Terrell Comics, right? So and they both log into the same thing. That's why sometimes I respond in our group chat with the Mando one instead of the Terrell Comics.
It's all the same. It's that's okay.
So eventually what I'm, yeah, man, you know what, it's interesting, and eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop cross posting. I was just doing that because I was only doing one photo and I was really proud of it, and I wanted both pages to experience it, so I just made myself co-creator from both. But eventually it's going to be, I'm going to stay on that stream with the quarter scale or whatever, right? And then Terrell Comics is going to be more of the traditional stuff I've been doing. So but it's fun, so that's why I created it, and it was all inspired by this figure. So.
Wow, I saw the figure firsthand. Remember, Jeff? Like,
yeah, man. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I was there when you unboxed them.
Yeah, I did that video saying stuff's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, and sorry guys, I got some shameless plug for the local hobby store here.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's our nerd shop, man. That's the place I do my workshop out of. So hell yeah.
Yeah.
Plug away.
Nice.
So,
that's good.
That was the thing. I'm like, I gotta wear the shirt so in case I forget, right? But I gotta wear it underneath my work clothes, you know. So
yeah. Well, I'm kind of jealous of your Heroes World T-shirt, man. That's pretty cool.
Where'd you get it from?
You know what though? The story is that like I've helped out the store like a couple of times in the past for events. Then they're like, I guess it's a good way to kind of like differentiate, who's a customer and who's they're helping.
Right.
Yeah.
It just gave me a T-shirt to wear and be like, okay, so at least people know, where to go to, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Well, they're fantastic guys, Andre and John.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Don't talking.
Jeff, once you're done coughing up a lung.
Yeah. I don't talk and choke. It's not a good idea.
So John actually just sent me a message earlier today saying that the Fei Long Jaded Toys came in for me.
Oh.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a message. He sent me a picture of the figure,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, no way!" So we got to go next week. We 100% have to go next week.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want to do that lighting collab, right? Where
Yes.
you close it up and I light it up.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right.
That was all because of Video 99.
Okay,
Remember back
so here's the thing. Here's the thing for that collab. You own the posing, but I need to own the composition and the camera angle and the lighting, because that's how I make the lighting work, is by planning it right from the beginning. So if you're down with that, and then your wicked fighting poses, we'll come up with some magic, dude.
So
we have to we definitely have to frame it in a way that complements the pose too. So we'll have to like collaborate a lot more with the camera angle.
Absolutely, dude. No, I'm not gonna dictate iron fist there. Right? It's a creative
strong arm it.
I'm just saying the areas that we're going to be focused on, because for me to make the lighting go the way I want it to, I kind of need to plan it from front to back, right?
Of course. Yeah, mostly for me, it's just framing and posing. That's really it.
99, you're trying to get your voice and just talk over us, man.
No, I was gonna say, did you kind of like set a bit of background on the whole lighting and posing, like what we were messaging? We have Jeff, that's the master of lighting there.
Yeah,
that's honestly why I wanted this collaboration.
We didn't use our titles. No.
No.
And you know what though, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so used to just remembering people by their handles, but I should really refer to them by their name. So what's the I keep forgetting. Like I just remember the Marshall Geek all the time. But what should I refer?
You can call me Jazz if you want to.
Jazz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with Jeff too, man. That's why I got it in the brackets there.
Okay.
Yeah, I should probably put my name in there.
And Jazz, I mean, of course, like again, back to our chat, you're like the master of fight scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I
appreciate that.
Like, man, that picture that I like the post you did, like the frame by frame Daredevil. That was
yeah.
That was awesome. I felt that baseball bat swung at me, man.
It's funny because I originally posted it up as as a carousel post, so you had to keep swiping to see what the next panel was. But then I wanted to see how it would look with if I paneled it, and it came out all right. It basically it looks a little bit better, but honestly, I think if I framed it so that I knew that
you have to
plan. If I was framing for paneling, then it would look better, but it was like I was framed as if it was like more cinematic than it was comic.
Yeah, it's a hell of a thing to try and panel something that was originally set up as a side swipe, right?
Yeah, that was
I've got one I did about, I think it's about 2 years ago now, when I first got that creepy old dollhouse. I did this Wolverine series called Murder House, and it's but it's a swipe to the left to get through the whole thing. He basically goes into the house and murders every ninja in there and then walks out, right? But I did.
Oh yeah, I remember you put that up. Didn't we do it? Wasn't it a collaboration that we did for like a comic or whatnot?
No, that one. Oh no, that one. That's a more recent Wolverine one. This one, it's in that creepy dollhouse I have.
I saw it, Jeff. That's the one. I saw the behind the scenes where the dollhouse is actually quite big.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you can put lights inside. That's how big it was. I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually pitched to Jeff recently in the chat. I was like, "Hey, do you want to do a murder mystery?" Shoot in that creepy dollhouse that you have, because at my work there's just like creepy little mini toys that are scaled for 1/12, and I was like, oh, this is so creepy, but I don't want to pay this much money for it. It's just so expensive.
Oh, so that's why you showed it to me.
Honestly, like it's
Terrell's a sucker.
the set is 35 that I showed you, Jeff, in
Oh, yeah.
in the group chat. But like because it's my work, I still get a discount, so it'd be like 30% off of that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just pay it and whatever.
Yeah. I'm just seeing where my funds are at. This thing was a bit to pay off, so
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm also trying to keep an eye out for stuff like that at the dollar store or Dollarama.
Yeah.
That way it's definitely cheaper to do it because you just add black wash and throw it in the background and it looks really creepy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been actively doing that. Like every time I go to Dollarama, I'm at the arts and crafts section, just seeing what can be used as a prop, like what can scale.
Yeah. That's exactly it, man. There's
I've always got my eye out, eh? Like if I'm at a store or something, and if I see something that looks like it'll be a great prop that I could use, props are gold because you can use them over and over and over and over again. And so I always keep an eye out.
Yeah. There was what's it? It's like a sketchbook that comes with a wooden model, and it looks close enough to 6-inch scale that it could be a dummy,
No way.
like a training dummy. And I was just like, I saw it and I immediately thought of like a couple of scenes from different comics where people are training and there's like the wooden mannequins that are around.
Yeah.
Martial arts.
Pardon?
Yeah.
For martial arts, right?
No, not the mukjong. It's like an actual wooden mannequin, so it has arms and legs and a head. And I remember there was a scene. I think it was during Battle for the Cowl. Nightwing's training in the Batcave, and there's a bunch of dummies around him. And I was like, "Ooh, I could recreate that with my Nightwing. That would be perfect. It'd be so good with those things."
I love projects like that. You know, when you you see it, you and then you build it, and then you shoot it, and the way you shoot it turns out just the way you saw it in your head. Like it's like you took that image from your head and put it into the world, right? Like that every photo I do, I try and do that, and when it hits the mark, man, it feels really fucking great, you know?
Yes, exactly. There was my Secret Avengers post that I posted recently, where it's just the silhouettes.
That was some really creative, dope lighting. That was awesome.
I wanted to make it so that like you could kind of see, you could kind of tell who it is, but not exactly.
Did a perfect job because there's enough of a side light. Like you had the background light, but I'm not sure how you. But regardless of how you did it, there's side light that added those side details as well, which was amazing. It was perfect because you could tell who was who. Even if you zoomed in a bit, you could that's Flash or whatever, right? Like it was. I dug that quite a bit, man.
Yeah, it was really good. That's actually one of the guys that I got recently was the Commander Rogers.
Oh, he looks
now, mind you,
is that Hasbro?
Yeah,
I really like that. That looks great.
So here's the thing. I gave him the 20th anniversary Captain America unmasked head. And I gave him the Ultimate Captain America shield.
Oh,
I don't know.
You jazzed it up, right?
Yeah, I did. Although I didn't. Here's the thing. I didn't like the head sculpt that it came with. So I popped that off. I put it on the Ultimate Captain America, and it looks more like Ultimate Captain America than it does Commander Rogers.
Cool.
So if anybody's thinking about picking up Commander Rogers, I highly suggest doing that. If you also have Ultimate Captain America, it works well as an unmasked head for Ultimate Captain America. Also, his hands are massive. So I pulled them out and gave him Valver's hands. And now he has hands that he can actually, be expressive with. But yeah, was that.
She's back.
Yeah. She's back.
She's gonna be joining us the whole time.
She's hey Ellie. She's eating her snacks just before bed, I guess, like a little bit of snack. and watching her show.
But just fair warning. Sometimes we swear and we don't really think about it. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, normally I planned this. I was gonna do this at the office with everyone gone.
yeah,
Nice.
Internet went down, so I had to come home. And she's trying to show you her toy. So
oh, let's see. Oh, very cool, darling. That's a cool one. Right on. Wow, you like the monster trucks, eh? Is that Gravedigger?
yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, best guy going.
Good eye. Good eye.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what?
I used to take my kids to see the monster trucks at the Sky Dome. Well, no, it's the Rogers Center, but that was so much fun.
Yeah.
The fact that you said Sky Dome instead of Rogers Center.
Yeah, I
Hey,
still
but
Sky Dome.
I always called the Sky Dome because that's where the Jays won, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Didn't win when it was, the Rogers Center. They won when it was the Sky.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I was gonna say, guys? You know what? I have to admit, I actually tried to recreate, mimic some of the shots we did. And
Awesome.
I can't show you the results because I'm kind of shy, but I don't know how, Jeff. I don't know how you did that campfire. I'm still trying to.
Oh, okay. What it is orange light underneath and so I've got a glass shelf, right? And I put kinetic sand on the glass shelf, and I build the scene on that glass shelf, and then I clear a spot, and I put the plastic fire on the glass with the sand pushed up against it, and then I put rocks around that fire, and then what I do is I put a bright yellow light underneath. It doesn't shine through the sand, but it shines through the plastic.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Looks
So
really real.
yeah, and then what I'll do is I'll blow a little aerosol in a can or vape smoke into either the scene or whatever. But you got to see it artistically. It's not just like a big like a clap. Like you gotta like plan where the smoke's gonna go, and you might have to take 100 shots to get it right. And I'm not kidding, like literally 100 shots to get it right, And because you, like I said earlier, sorry, I'm just gonna get my vape. Speaking of vaping. But yeah, like I like to try and take the picture from my mind and make it reality, right? And sometimes I can get over obsessive about it, and then I gotta shoot it. The chat group that Jazz and I are in, just to get feedback, because sometimes you get so dejective and you need that outside. And so I think we're pretty good with giving each other honest feedback. We don't always want to hear the feedback we get, but I think we're pretty good at taking it and giving it, right?
I don't think it helped that while we were doing it, we were also hangry.
Yeah.
It's just, why can't I get this right?
Yeah. No, I think we've all had those moments where you bump the table and action figure dominoes, and then you start swearing at all the gods, and then you grab the figure you like the least and throw it at something, right?
I don't want to play with you anymore. I don't know.
I tell you, Paul, one more time, you're going to be in my explosion scene.
Like that's how I felt last night. I was trying to do something with my Vader and Luke, right?
Yeah.
And, I just, maybe it was just really late at night. I just couldn't get them to pose.
Dude, like honestly, like you don't. One thing I'll say about this hobby is people start comparing themselves, and I think the only time that you should even consider doing something like that is if it's to see what they're doing and how can you copy it, not, oh my God, they're so much better than me, I'll never achieve that. If that's why you're doing it wrong, right? It should be because you're having a good time with it. And just, I want to come back to one of your comments earlier where you said you're kind of shy about it. You don't have to be. One thing about the community is we'll give you honest feedback, right? Like if you're looking for it, you'll get it.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I will say, sometimes blind support if it seems like that's what somebody needs over the honest feedback sometimes. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But one thing I'll tell you is I always lead with honest feedback first. So if you're any picture you've got or you're trying to figure out, like I don't know, like if you want, I can add you to our chat group, the ToronToynians, and we all help each other out and give each other feedback and everything, man.
Would that be cool if I join the chat and I show you some of my pictures that I'm not
100%,
ready to
100%. That's the. Do you know how many times we post stuff into that chat to help each other out? Almost daily, brother.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When we're trying to figure out a special effect, or with the smoke, without the smoke, orange light or blue light. Like, what do you think? Like literally, like just raw, honest, and sharing and trying to help each other out.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate it. And I was learning from because Jazz, you posted this thing on how to do a left hook.
Oh, the cross, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, as soon as I saw that, I spent all this time just trying to miss, right?
Yeah.
Like, getting the body like to turn into the punch, right?
Yeah. Of course. It's I do think it's very interesting because like even if like people put up tutorials like this, I still get like people like that still get a lot of questions because there's another guy that does dynamic poses as well, not so much like martial arts poses, but like just general like superhero stuff, right? And he still gets a lot of comments like, how did you do this? How did you make it look kind of more cinematic or realistic? And it's just like, well, it's just constantly doing it, or even knowing how the body moves helps a lot more with that, as well as constantly seeing that on screen too. So if you can kind of like imagine that, and if you've seen it before,
but
you can
I think
it with your figure.
Design when you're designing it though, have your camera's eye in mind, right? Because sometimes what it's easy to do is build a scene. Sorry, somebody just came in here. I will be right back. But you build a great scene, but then you can't pick a great camera angle for it, right? That's what I was saying. Picture that, and I'll be right back.
But to add to that is that like with shooting for action, you have to think of it like an action director. So one of the biggest things that I pull from is I pull from people who do martial arts movies. So if you watch like Donnie Yen's Flashpoint,
yes,
if you watch that, I'll pull a lot from that and how they frame certain shots, like when he does his stepping sidekick to take out Colin Chu, when he throws when he does a German suplex in the market, right? Like all that kind of stuff, and it's all that kind of framing that you have to look out for to capture the action. So when I'm posting stuff up like that, I'm gonna be putting more stuff on martial arts specifically. But when you're posting up something about a cross, you want to make it so that it feels like the audience feels it, right? Just like how you were saying about the bat being swung at you in the Daredevil scene. So you want to make it like, oh hey, the reaction from the person getting punched and also the person who is punching, like if you feel that kind of emotion through a picture and not just like an actual scene, like a video, that makes it like much more effective.
The thing that you brought up, the Donnie Yen movie, that baseball bat picture that you did, like I was picturing another Donnie Yen movie, like SPL.
Yes.
Go down the baton and the short knife or the short sword, like I don't know what to call it.
Yes, when he's fighting what's his name? Wu Jing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all that's improvised too in that hallway. When he's fighting.
You just
they just went at each other.
Wow.
Yeah. So they didn't choreograph anything. What was I gonna say? But yeah, that's such a big thing, is like finding the right angle to have the impact of the shot. Because if you have like an awesome pose, awesome lighting, and everything else, but then the camera angle isn't right, you're not going to get the same impact on the shot that you really wanted. There's
Sorry about that, guys. We just we had water work done in the neighborhood, and our stretch of townhouses, it looks like we're going to have no water for a couple of days. So that's
no.
probably corrected. And it looks like my wife's going to her dad's place to crash so that she can have a shower in the morning and stuff. So that's why I was had to head out and I was distracted by my phone. But anyway, it's
all good.
It's all good because the water's going to come back on eventually.
Did they do an ETA on the water, or
Might be a couple days, but we'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. Although we've got the wedding we're going to this weekend. Hopefully it's on before that. It'd be nice to be freshly washed going to the wedding. Although
yes.
I think what we're going to do is check into the Airbnb early in the afternoon, and then shower and wash up and get dressed for it. And then, dude, I am so sorry. I keep calling you 99, and I know you've told me, and please don't be offended. I cannot remember.
it's Howard.
Howard.
Yeah.
Why the hell can't I remember that? Every time you say it, dude, every time you say your name is Howard, I'm like, I knew that already. So I apologize, but thank you. Now, Howard, I can't remember what I was going to say.
It's good, because we're so used to just seeing the handles, right? So, I mean, Jeff, if it's easier for me to remember your name because you did the you did the workshops, right?
Yeah, that's right. You were in the first workshop I did, man.
So you when you do a workshop, you always have to keep introducing yourself to people, right?
Yeah. So
it's easier for me to remember, but then for me, and when you chat, you rarely would just address people by name, right? So
yeah.
It's just always the handle.
Howard, thank you. That's very gracious, dude. Because I know I've asked you about 10 times. So I'm exaggerating, but literally it may have been 3 times. So I thank you for that.
Oh.
So Howard, is there a figure you're really excited about, or one that you're looking to get?
You know what though? I recently actually prepared some of the figures that I wanted to show, that I got really, really excited about, and it's a little bit more.
Oh, hell yeah, dude! Get the
yeah, let's do them. We usually do this first thing
we show off our stuff. Well, when you two were MIA, I was showing off Mando. I had the Mathex Wolverine out, and then
are you talking about the one that Thor was supposed to buy?
What? Oh, this one. Oh, that's right. That's right. I was tempting him with it. Or did you ever jump that, buddy? I feel like maybe there's a collab in our future with this guy right here. Yeah.
Did he buy it yet?
I don't know. I forgot that when I was tempting him with it. That's because I drink during these and I forget a lot of it. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the Phantom. And is that
that's dope. Those are the NECA ones, right?
Yeah, man.
Those look sweet.
I remember watching on TV sometimes on a Saturday, sometimes on late night, and then they used to show some Flash Gordon, right?
Yeah.
Late at night.
Yeah. So are you gonna unbox those right now?
You know what though? I kind of want to, because I've been thinking about it, and it's just that they look so good in the boxes, right? But I mean, I'd eventually play with them. So
here's the thing, and collectors don't like hearing this. Action figures should be out of the package. They should be manhandled, and they should be in photos, and appreciated.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, they are, they've made these toys before, but the NECA ones have a certain level of detail, paint, articulation, and and I mean, watching those old Flash Gordons really it really stuck with me.
Those are cool figures, man. And if you don't mind my asking, what price point are they at?
The price point they're at is a slightly higher than I guess Marvel Legends now, which would be at the $35 mark. These guys would be closer to $50-$60.
Yeah. Oh, that's still not bad.
It's still not bad. I mean, all things considered, you do get NECA quality, and I mean, NECA has almost all the movie rights.
Oh yeah.
like their IPs, a lot of it is like only they have it, I think. So
Yeah, they do have a lot of cool stuff. I've had problems with NECA, but they always look great.
and you know the cool thing is that like I'm still actually not finished the set for Defenders of Earth, so I'm actually still looking to finish, you know, if I could.
Oh, dope. Okay.
But
you're trying to get all of them. That's awesome, man.
Right on.
And you know what?
You already got the cute one in the purple shirt. You got that figure first, eh?
This one?
Yeah. He's got great articulation.
But you know what? I also really, really like, this is one of the ones I'm really, really excited about. And I also have another one. Now this is a recent pickup from sorry, I gotta put down the one in the purple first.
That's okay.
So this is a recent pickup from Heroes World. They have these
boys at Heroes World, hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, thank you, Ellie. Oh, Ellie found my bow and arrow, so thank you, Ellie.
Well,
The War Duke, Dungeons and Dragons, like this.
that's awesome.
Oh, I really want to pick him up too.
Oh,
Are
man.
you gonna open up now?
That reminds me that the Wolf Clan guy or whatever from
like this guy. I mean, like, man, you know
So sick.
bro, you have incredible patience. I
you
can't believe they're still in the boxes.
Because you know what though, I'm kind of looking at them. Like, I don't want to open all of them too soon.
Then don't open any if you don't want to.
But then no, but I mean like on two, but I can't decide on which one first because I know that what's gonna happen once I open it is that I'll be fixated on trying to get the perfect shot. You know?
Right.
And then, but I just don't know which scene I want to create first, right? But
you know what you do, dude, with that?
Yeah.
Just first get the figure in your hands and start posing them.
and start posing.
Right? Like it's one of the things that we were talking about in the workshop even is like just have the figure and just start messing with it, right? Like and especially if it's a character that you are in love with, you know, that brings you those nostalgia feels or whatever it is that inspires you about the figure before you even think about a photo.
Yeah.
Handle it and pose it and just like fuck yeah, or he's coming down, he's gonna you know, like really plan some shots and then as you're messing around, all of a sudden you're gonna be like, oh, there's a really cool pose. And then you'll build off of that and you'll start to make a theme based on that pose.
Yep.
You know,
right?
Posing is I was just messing around with this, and this is, you know, martial arts poses that, you know, Jazz always does. This is me having Red Skull do tiger style.
Nice.
like I was looking at enough old kung fu movie poster to try to do this look like how.
So and so I think it's a great pose, but to make it look more natural, consider how his elbow is right now. Like it's a little bit in. You know
yes,
what I mean?
it seems a little stiff because like when you want to do your tiger claw stuff.
First say it's a great pose, but now you can soften it up and refine where the elbow is. Like think about how you would, and even if you sometimes what I've done is I've looked at a photo of a motion that I want to imitate, and then I'll match up how the joints and everything are. And I used to do that with my cartooning. I would look at a pose if I couldn't quite get mine to paper, I would look at a pose.
So another thing that you could do, especially with martial arts poses, is that you can extend the pose so that it's at so that the limb is at its 100%
at the beginning or the end of a.
So that way, the tiger claw, because when you're doing tiger claw is either close or it's far, right? So one hand has to be close and the other one has to be far. So you can have that other claw at his chest as if he's like trying to grab something, and the other one is like at somebody's throat or it's at like somebody's chest.
Yeah, like, you know, I took advantage of the tiger claw because Red Skull's supposed to be holding on to his cosmic cube. And
right. right?
Just by sheer coincidence, it looks like a claw if you take off the
Yeah.
top too, right?
But that's part
Yeah.
of what this hobby is getting creative with your stuff, right? Figuring out what to do with it.
But yeah, that's usually how I go about it is I just kind of mess around with a figure, just like back to Jeff's point, is you push the figure's limits and see what you can actually do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I need a couple of test shots, to be able to actually,
Well, your
yeah.
test shot, absolutely, but also your test shot is your eye. Like, remember what I was saying with tunnel vision, right? Like, that's your shot, and so pose it up based on that, and then just adjust it so it looks cool to your eye, right?
Yeah.
So now, like, I don't know if I can capture what I was looking at there, but right, like, I set it up to kind of, you can't see it, but it's all backwards. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
okay.
just, it's like the way the camera is set up, it's like a reverse mouse. So I
Yeah.
was like, I thought I was showing you guys stuff. I'm like pulling it back. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah. And Jazz, what are you playing with Gwen there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh wait, there we go. There, that's the pose that I wanted. Yeah, were those the only figures that you got recently?
You mean recently, these guys?
Yeah, that you were like super excited for, or do you have other things that you grabbed?
I grabbed something else that was way kind of not like these are the NECA stuff I was getting. I did get this.
Oh, that's so dope! I want to pick him up too.
And I mean, I've always been
Oh,
a big fan of Thor, right? Like the comics growing up.
I have the older version of him.
This is the new select one, right?
Yeah, it's a new select one, and he's pretty regal in his full setup.
I love it.
Oh, that's
He's
so
one of my
dope.
favorite
Like
characters.
He looks so huge.
He is pretty big, like scale, and he comes with all sorts of effects too, like the spinning hammer, and it's just a great figure. Like I haven't planned any. I just been kind of playing around with it just because he looks so cool, right?
Mhm.
And I've actually been planning for a while, like to do maybe not exactly after this figure, but like a Thor scene, right? But
Nice.
for comic Thor, like I don't have many MCU Thor action figures. I don't think I have any right now. But just the comic. And there was
I've got a Marvel Legends Thor. It's like the classic look from a few years ago. No effects, just a hammer, but it looks good.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, I wanna pick up that Mathex Thor at some point. It looks
That looks
really
interesting.
good. Yeah. I want to get him and Beta Ray Bill and do some like the old Walt Simonson stuff because that stuff is like really, really cool. I love all that Thor stuff.
Oh, I was just reading an old X Factor like comic illustrated by him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it just so happened like I had a random comic that was on a table, and I was like, oh, okay, I haven't read this in a while, and it was like, I'm like, wow, the art still stands up today.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Of course. I mean, like Walt Simonson was also like well ahead of his time at that point. So honestly, like anything that he did back in the day was just like you can pick it up and you'd be okay with it now.
Yeah, it doesn't look dated at all. I mean, like you can only tell it's dated by what he was drawing, like old boxy style and the chunky remotes, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, it's also he also did a lot of the. He's very similar to like Jack Kirby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you want. Like if you like that style, then you'll like Walt Simonson.
So I read a lot of comics, and I feel like I should know who Walt Simonson is.
He did like the longest run on Thor, other than
Did he do
Jason
anything
Aaron.
with Balder like back in the 80s? Because there was an artist that did a Balder comic that was and he drew Thor for a little bit too. Really crisp lines.
I think I know which miniseries you're talking about. The Balder.
The Balder one, right? That artist I loved his style.
I don't know if he did that one specifically, but he'd also illustrate a lot of Balder, like during the Thor run.
Oh, Walt did the covers. Oh, okay, cool.
And
Yeah, I love the art. Arthur Adams, I used to really love. John Byrne was another one.
John, he's
Jim
one of my
Lee.
favorite
It's
times.
Jim Lee, right? Yeah, I actually met Jim Lee at a comic book store. Had him give me some pointers on my artwork and write some stuff in my sketchbook.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was that? Like,
I think I want to say it was the Silver Snail at its location in the 80s.
Queen.
So like down on Queen Street?
Yeah, Jim. And I
Wow.
remember I could walk to it from the place I was renting in. I think I was like 18 or something, but it was so cool. I could just walk to it, right? So that was my Saturday. I'd walk down to Silver Snail. I'd grab a stack of comics, get chocolate milk and some Cool Ranch Doritos. And go,
I don't like that combination at all, but okay.
yeah, but dude, I was a teenager, right? And the place I was renting in was like everybody rented a room, so it was common areas. So on Saturday afternoons, people were either out working or doing some school shit, so the house had it all to myself, and I could sit there with a stack of comics and just drink my chocolate milk and eat my Cool Ranch Doritos, reading comics.
Sounds like a good day. You know, it sounds like a good. I met John Byrne at a fan expo.
No way!
And he is like, man, he's one of those like not only is an iconic like artist and comic creator, right? What I really like was that he really gave to the fans. He did signing without charging.
No way!
Yeah,
Wow.
yep.
How long ago was this?
It was 20. I have to check my Instagram. I took a picture with him. I have to say it's probably 2016 or 2017, right?
What?
You know, he influenced my artwork for most of my life. Like the way he drew anatomy, and you could always tell instantly, like the way he did foreheads and things like that. I always admired his work, man.
And man, like my childhood was basically his run of Alpha Flight, right?
Wow.
You know,
that was the shit right there. I loved his run on Alpha Flight.
Yeah. And but you know what I really
his run, he helped create them, right? Like that in that series.
He's really for the fans, because this is the only rule. He's like, look, I'm only signing for fans. I'm not going to sign multiples of the same book because I know you're trying to sell them online. And his one rule was no multiple books, 10 books per fan. And he's like, I don't want to see you run over with your book straight to CGC and trying to put it on eBay immediately, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, if you follow those rules, I'll sign the 10 books, right? And I mean, he actually took time out of his day. He was doing a panel. In between the time, he didn't want to waste it just walking around. He took a booth. I mean, because you're John Byrne, they'll just let you do it, right? He just took a booth. It wasn't even his, and he's like, I'm signing books now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like to think if I ever became famous or was a famous person, I'd be like that. I like to think that I would be. You know.
I think what's interesting around that time is that like that was around the time where every artist started charging for their signatures.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter how many like signatures that you asked for or how little you asked for a signature. It's the fact that he's a very big name, and he was like, okay, I'm just gonna sign your stuff and that's it. I'm not charging you anything. I mean, someone big that's like a current comic book artist like Steve McNiven and Jason Fabok, like both of those guys charged for each signature now.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? Like I don't want to pay $20 for you to sign my comic book. As much as I like you, I'm not paying money for you to scribble on my book.
But you know, it goes in with his philosophy though, because he actually is a very outspoken, you know, he's not now, but he used to be really outspoken before to the younger artists that always want more money. He was like, look, you know, you are paid a salary to do your job, right? He's like, if you don't like your salary, you can negotiate it. But like the point was that like you can't just skank your fans directly. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like seems pretty old actually. But I just realized we've clocked an hour of chatting away. maybe we should get to some of our artists.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
It was interesting conversation to us. Hopefully, it was to those watching. If not, we apologize.
I know Thor loves the Thor conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny. It took me a while to figure that out. I was like, I'm like, oh, so his name is Tho. Because then his insignia or the logo is
It's Rose.
is a word too, right?
Is it? See, you know what? When I first was chatting with Thor, every time I'd see his thing, I would see Thor Rose because of the picture. Right?
Yeah, like word for love.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the word Thor never.
That describes him well, man. That's one caring guy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Howard.
Oh no! So hey,
Okay.
I guess you guys
I'm drinking. That's part of it.
go first for the artists, because
Whoever's like first on the docket that they posted up.
Yeah, we are just the talking heads.
Yeah.
So I forgot who posts up first, but I guess just the funny story. The artist that I picked tonight, I actually just met him in person over the weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Who
That's
was
awesome.
it?
Raymond, Figgy's.
You just met Ray? That's so cool.
I just met Ray in person. Like I've liked this stuff online, but I've never met him face to face. Right?
Yeah.
He was selling some of his toys at the at Ontario Collector Con. The one
Last weekend, right?
Yeah, at Ajax.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I've yet to actually meet him in person. I've only had phone calls with this guy.
Yeah.
And long messaging threads. That's really it.
That sounds so romantic.
You know,
I'm just eating some cheesies and I'm watching Mandalorian. Really long messages.
Luckily, he printed out his Instagram handle on a printout and put it on this table.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we wouldn't know, who he is, right? So I'm like, hey, Figgy Smalls. I'm like, I follow your stuff.
Oh, Figgy Smalls. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. I've met him a few times. He's great.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's
And
always been a good dude.
yeah, of course, I went back to his page some more, and he does those large diorama scenes. Like a lot of the, like he builds it from scratch. Like even
He does build all that from scratch.
Yeah.
And also his vehicles are made from scratch too.
Yeah, he's building a helicopter, I think, or he's built one.
Bro!
Is that...
Have you seen it?
Well, only on pictures.
Okay, it's almost done. It's
almost
almost done. It's crazy. The thing is huge, man. Because he said that he wants to fit like 30 people in one.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be like an airship.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what? Okay, all right. There's like turrets and everything, a cockpit, and there's like, oh my god, man, I can't wait for it to be printed. That looks so dope.
When I see behind the scenes stuff, even his outdoor scenes are diorama built indoors. Like there's trees and shrubs that are like scaled, to the figures.
Yeah, he does a really great job with that stuff too, man.
Yeah, and to kind of spruce up my scenery, I bought a couple of wooden crates from him.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
he was selling them there?
Well, you know what? He actually didn't have those. He only had the chairs there. Mm-hmm. But then I messaged him about it. I'm like, hey, what other stuff do you have? And he's like, oh, I got these crates.
Nice.
Yeah.
I should have asked him for those.
Yeah, because it goes with any setting, like the wood crates, the nondescript wood crates.
Yeah. They're like really nice. Yeah, we can get started. On this week's artist if you want to.
Guys. Who should we have first?
Guys, how about you guys go first? I'm gonna have to
okay, one second.
Up to my daughter. She's going for bedtime. I have to give this to my wife.
Sure, cool. Sure. Yeah, go for it.
I'll be back real.
You have to wait a bit anyways.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh man, yeah, Jeff, I don't know if you've seen Ray's page, but that airship is huge.
No, I don't know how I've missed it. Mind you, I haven't spent a lot of time going through.
That's mostly what he posts though, is his progress on the ship.
So
You
is
can't
this
miss it.
this picture that's up? Is it one of yours, brother?
It is. It is one of mine.
Well, then
I mean,
let's
it's
dive
Nightwing.
in.
Yeah, it's Nightwing, so of course it would be mine.
Well, that's why I assume.
I wanted to wait until Howard got back.
He's doing something with
Putting the little one down.
Yeah, so that might take some time and. So
Okay, all right. We'll just get right into this guy. Sky Knight is really, really good. He is a student in university that still manages to pump out shots like this. I don't know how,
Why?
but he does. And
Studying.
I'm not sure. I didn't ask that many questions.
Sorry, just drunk curiosity. That's
No, it's okay. And he waited a very long time to get his Nightwing Mafex, and I remember he was messaging me about this too. Yeah, really, really good. This is very cinematic, like from a distance, because like it's small on my phone screen, so.
Well, I just zoomed in, and there is
It's
so much attitude there, and it's blended
gorgeous
with that monitor background.
Yeah,
it's and I only know it's a monitor background because I know how to do the effect. That's all.
yeah. Even then, you can't even really tell, right?
No.
So it's just like it just feels like he's that close to the moon. I'm like, wow, this is really well done. Like it feels like you're on the rooftops of Bloodhaven looking up at Nightwing. That's so good. It's so well done, man, and the lighting is phenomenal. Just like everything. If you haven't checked
perfectly matches the background in IMHO. Right? I always want to say that out loud. IMHO.
It's something that I'm trying to perfect, especially since like taking pictures in front of your monitor is a different kind of like skill set.
It's difficult because you got to angle the light so it doesn't reflect off the screen. You
gotta
make sure that you don't pick up the pixels of the image, right?
Oh yeah, God. There's so much there, but
it's all problem solving, and that's what our hobby is, though, bro. Right?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. It's problem solving and adapting. That's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
So he was talking to me about this. He's like, I can't wait to post pictures because he saw all my pictures of Nightwing. He's like, oh, you make it look so good in the fight scenes. It was like, I mean, he's just all cinematic. And you can tell just based on this one
that's
picture.
A stellar shot, man. I really like it.
It's so good. And if you haven't checked out his Superman floating in the clouds shot, you definitely should.
Is that the one with Superman sitting on a cloud?
Yes, and that's the Mezco Superman.
Yes, that photo is perfection.
It's so good, man. It's
I'm following. I'm sure I'm following him.
Yes, and honestly, like he has a surprisingly low amount of followers for what he puts out there. It is like his work is always phenomenal. It's always like either gothic or hopeful, like whatever the character is, he captures the essence of the character exactly.
Well, that's awesome. That's passion right there, brother.
Yeah, it's so well done. Like he's such a great photographer, man. But yeah, that's Sky Knight LCG. He's fantastic. I'm probably gonna download that and make that my background.
Look at this shit here.
Oh God!
Using that extreme sets.
The crate set, really man. Well. I gotta use that again. It's a very good set.
Well, we're doing the thing at my place on the 30th, right?
That's right. We are doing it on the 30th. Thank you for reminding me, Jeff.
You're invited. You're invited, by the way. We're doing a ToronToynians collab at my place on the 30th.
Wow, cool.
Okay. Wait, is that a Friday or is that a Saturday? I can't remember.
Brother, it's got to be a Saturday because my wife and I like to detox on a Friday after work.
Okay. Okay.
I can almost guarantee. Yeah, it is. It's after I do the Henry's photo workshop.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll see because I am now taking my youngest sister every weekend because our mom doesn't want to hang out with her every weekend now. So, but yes, on to the
How
phone.
old is she? How old is she?
She's 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in high school. Like she's just in her second year of high school, and our mom's just like, "I'm gonna go out and go to Texas next
So,
weekend." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
right. How would that keep you from coming over to my place, man?
Oh well, she stays with us over the weekend now.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have to make sure she doesn't be bad, or can you just?
Well, no. Well, like now that she's close, I want to spend
have
as
to
much
watch it
time
24/7, right?
with her. Oh yeah, I know. But like, I want to spend as much time with her as I can.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that,
Yeah.
dude. Did I mention I'm drinking and I'm currently
Yeah.
smoking? Right. And
No, it's okay.
I'm having fun at your expense. So what's most important is we talk about this artist because this picture, wow.
Yes,
Loving what I'm
very
seeing.
well done. I love the low lighting to this too, and the desaturation. It's almost like noir-esque.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so well done, and just like like the upwards angle, and just like because it feels. How do I put it? It feels almost like a Splinter Cell level, but it's not because it's Snake Eyes, right?
It has a video game screenshot feel
Yes.
to it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's so good. It's so well done, man.
Actually, I would believe it's a video game screenshot if I didn't know what those props were.
Yes, if you didn't purchase those props.
Yeah, if I wasn't looking at them on my shelf, right? Like,
I'm just
Yeah,
where were those like metal crates from?
they're from
actually,
Extreme Sets.
let me see if I can show you. I gotta just unplug.
Jeff is just gonna show you via.
See them there, the 3 stacks?
Yeah. I do. I see them
They're just
stacked.
cardboard, dude. Sorry, I'm probably showing my.
Oh,
You know what's funny about my studio is it's a little bit like a 12-year-old boarder had a temper tantrum at times.
it's not the worst thing, I guess. But yeah, it's this is probably one of my favorite Snake Eyes pictures that I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, I love it. I want to say slick. It's very
Yes,
slick.
it is
Right?
very slick. And you know what else is slick? Is that me and him are going to be doing a Snake Eyes collaboration that is coming out this weekend. So,
Can I get in on that, or is it too late?
do you have a Snake Eyes?
I do. He's on the floor here right now, and I also have a custom.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. I'll make a group chat with the three of us, and we'll set something up.
Also, I don't want to hold you up. Like if you've already got your shit planned and stuff, but if there's a few days, I'm down.
Jeff, I'm gonna get real close here. We have a wedding to go to on the Saturday.
Yes, Saturday.
And I have very little time to shoot. So
Yeah, that's true.
I am using a shot that I took of my new desert commando Snake Eyes in front of a black piece of paper and just one light downwards. That's it.
So you went artsy and awesome.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I did. I was just like, okay, I just want to. I want to do this.
It's the one. It better be in focus and crisp.
Oh yeah, but it's like he's sorry, it's like he's fast roping down a hole.
Well, I want to see it, man. Sounds cool.
Yeah. I'll send it to the group chat. But yeah, it's going to be coming out this Saturday. He's a fantastic photographer. If you haven't followed him yet, please do. He does a lot of great Joe stuff, and he does a ton of other great stuff.
I love this shot, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. We can move on to the next one whenever you guys are ready.
Yes, cross.
Yes. Oh my god, man.
This
As soon as I saw it, I knew who it was because my buddy Brandon, he is so good with lighting. He's so great at making things look like a comic book panel. It's fantastic. I
That's
have not
perfect
seen this.
description of this. It is a comic book panel.
Yeah, right.
Right.
It even
Yeah, it looks
has that.
man.
It's the
That's
lighting,
the
it's the
vision.
colors. It's even like the background and the setting. It's just everything hits on like everything. He checks every box for a comic book artist almost, but just with toys. That's really what Brandon is. So
No, this
Path,
is fantastic. I love it.
yeah, man, like I want to find this figure just to do really cool stuff with them, but he like honestly, I'm just gonna leave it to him because he can do those bright colors really, really well, and he can capture that very, very well.
Yeah, I know
He
it
is
looks
such a,
wicked.
it looks very good. I mean, just like him perched up on the ledge there with his sniper rifle. Oh, so good.
Endo agrees.
Oh, it's a gorgeous shot. I was gushing over it as soon as I saw it because like whenever I open up Instagram, it's either his shot is first, like one of his posts is first, or it's like people that I don't really interact with, and I'm just like,
Or butter
what is
churning
this?
or pepperonis or something.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're not following Path the Collector, I don't know what you're doing on this app. But definitely follow him. He posts a ton of wrestling stuff. He's fantastic. I'm pretty sure he posted a blurb there. Let me see if I can get real close and read it. Appreciate you boys. I used a Canon Rebel T7 and lighting with Ulanzi lights. My
Yulanji.
favorite line to shoot currently is WWE Elites Ultimates, but Legends always holds a soft spot. Much love, my brothers.
I
Again,
love the pose. I mean, it's a very real take on a sniper. Like I can picture a person like like out of a movie, like a very real
yes,
pose, like a real life pose.
yeah, it's so well done. Like, I don't know if that's the gun that he comes with.
I don't think so. I've seen the
Yeah.
figure, and I don't think it comes with a long rifle like that.
Because he comes with handguns, right?
Yeah, it comes with handguns, not that rifle.
That's
Is
so
that,
weird.
is that a
But,
figure that's out right now?
yeah.
Okay.
I see the gears turning, Jeff.
Well, I don't know if I told you, like I used to like I used to aspire to be a comic book artist. So when I was like 14, 15, I wrote a story with him in it. I can't even remember what the story was, but I had all these trial pictures I drew with him based off of the Marvel universe, and I carefully picked characters that didn't get great representation, and I wanted to pick cool unknown characters, and he was one of
And
them. So
Crosshair was one of them.
yeah,
Nice.
having Crosshair as an action figure would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, he should be out here. I've seen him around, but I was just like at the time I didn't have the money, so I was just like, next time. And next time became never.
I love Marvel because they release they're not just releasing the popular characters, release all the characters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think that sometimes it's a little oversaturated, for sure. But they do now give us the old like those older characters that we've been wanting.
Like, you know what I was excited about that nobody probably cares? I was really excited about Dark Star. Right?
Dark Star.
Yes.
You're right though.
Is
Nobody
that
would.
Teen Titans?
Nobody asked
Or
for it.
not Teen Titans, Teen Mutants.
Like, I was really
Is
excited.
Dark Star the guy where he goes all black and he's super strong, but he's still he's not invulnerable or anything?
No, Dark Star is. Let me see if I have her here. It's
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm way off.
She's part of the X-Men, right?
Well, she actually She started off being a villain. She was part of the mutant team
Okay.
assembled by the
I
U.S.
knew she was in X-Men though. God damn it.
She, except she turned from heel to hero, right?
I'll be right back. Oh, Soviet
Yeah.
Sea Patrol. Okay, cool.
Like she started off being like a Soviet operative, and of course, over time she developed, her own sense of like morality and character, and then she broke away from it, right?
Mhm.
But it
But
was
she was in X-Men originally.
yes, and
Okay.
she's pretty like, in the comics she's pretty. When they introduced her, she was pretty badass. Like she was just like nobody knew who she was, but they're like, oh, they didn't know that the Russians had their own superhero team, right?
That's sick. Oh yeah, because that's she's a Winter Guard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they did like a recent Winter Guard series. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Oh,
Yes.
shit.
Well, I was like, I mean, I was pretty excited about like figures like this that like not many people would know or remember her. But I'm like, hey, I'm glad that they still made.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like honestly, it's like the obscure characters that they're really going for, right?
Yeah.
Which
Hey,
I'm glad that they do. Just because they've done way too many MCU figures recently. Rather and now that they're focusing more on their actual like comics versions of these characters, we should be getting a lot more villains and a lot more heroes that we've been wanting to see like for a long time now.
hey,
Like
guys,
we
if you're wondering why I'm walking around is because my daughter says I'm too loud and she can't go to sleep. So
Oh, okay.
I've been pushed to the basement.
All good, all good. But yeah, I mean, like Commander Rogers, I wanted for a very long time. I'm so glad that we got it re-released like 10 years later. And
Commander,
same with,
that's him during the war, right?
that's him during when he's running Secret Avengers.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So it was like after he had come back from the dead, but Bucky was still Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the best things.
Oh, and guys, now that I'm in my my man cave, I kind of show you my statue collection here.
Nice.
Oh my God, they're all naked mannequins. Now that I'm in my man cave.
Can you guys see it?
No, let me zoom in.
Okay, so I got
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Is that Power Girl?
yeah, it's Power Girl.
Oh, wicked.
Nice.
I got Emma Frost, Power Girl, and Lady Death.
Nice. That's sick, man. Yeah.
Those are
But
cool.
yeah.
figures.
Sorry, we should. Yeah. I wanted to continue on the discussion of of
Yes.
this week. Thank you.
Oh,
probably
look at
cool.
this.
Oh, wow. Who's that? Figgy Smalls? Not someone who we know.
No, not at all. Awesome.
He did this a while back. I think this was maybe like a few weeks back, and I just immediately thought that like this felt like an episode of G.I. Joe, where they go to rescue Roadblock and just like
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I got the total cartoon vibe.
yeah, man. Like it's dark and dingy, but it still feels like your Saturday morning cartoon. So it's fantastic, man.
I love the light that's coming through, like the little bit of
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
the green
That's
in the
awesome.
back,
green.
yeah, phenomenal, man. The contrasting colors and like just the dark, like the shadows and everything really like make all that stuff pop. It's fantastic. Figgy does a great job with these team shots and like teamwork in general. I do think that's something that like needs to be in the spotlight, especially for G.I. Joe. Really, really well done, man.
It's a very good shot. I mean, it's like you guys were saying, it's like straight out of a scene from the cartoon, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of tells a story already. Like you already know what's happening. Right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
dig that you said that, man. It's very true, right?
Like it really jumps at you, and it does the character justice.
Yes. Oh yeah. I mean, like that whole team justice, right? Because it's Duke, Snake Eyes, and what's his name? Beachhead, and there's hey, God, my brain power is not working right now. Roadblock.
Roblox.
There you go.
Roblox,
Yeah.
Hey, he has another shot of them celebrating with beers.
No,
Yes, that was really, really cool. It's
man, I'd
like,
love to see
again,
it. I missed it.
it's
How did I
really
miss
cool
that?
seeing that stuff because that shows the teamwork between all the Joes and how well they know each other. Like it's so cool. Like the attention to detail on Joe specifically is like really, really cool. He does such a great job with them. But yeah, that's I think I have one more, if I remember correctly.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. There you go. There's Jason's shot. This was actually during a week that we were doing a challenge for our Daredevil collaboration group where it was only one light. Just a single light, and it was just a green light there. And I wanted to showcase this because it felt exactly like um, the hallway scene in the first season.
Yeah, it does. It's very reminiscent of that, man.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? This has like everybody needs to see this. People need to like show more love to this shot. I pretty much just summarized everything that he said there in that little comment there. But yeah, he's fantastic.
It's a custom figure he made.
Yeah, that too. It's a custom. The wraps on Daredevil are actually made out of rope.
That's cool.
That's one of the coolest parts about the figure. It's a Quicksilver body with I think an Iron Fist head sculpt, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, but yeah.
Well, regardless the recipe, when I look at that, that's what I see is the season one, a badass version of the season one guy.
Yep. Oh yeah, man. It's so well done. Like it feels like the Netflix show. It feels like that scene. He just hit he just checked all the boxes.
I'm
for
curious.
this shot.
Like, the backdrop. Can you guys tell if it's like a screen or an actual physical background?
That's something that he made.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks practical.
That's practical. Oh wow! I mean, like
he makes his own dioramas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
I don't know how
wicked, right, Howard?
Yeah.
I don't know how he has time for all of it, but he manages to do customs. He manages to do dioramas. He manages to do dioramas for people as well.
Holy hot heck! Does he really?
Yeah. If you ask him to do a custom diorama, he'll do it and he'll ship it out to you.
I learned this like kind of cheesy trick that I use for like war games miniatures, but it's just if to make it in a massive scale, probably gonna take a bit. It's kind of like lava floor. So the putty that people use to fix drywall.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot the technical term for it, but so what I did before was that I mixed that with the right size amount of either like composite rocks or even like foam balls to give it that texture.
Yeah.
And before it dries up, you just keep mixing the right type of color of paint that you want it to generally take.
Yeah.
But you just have to mold it before all of it dries onto a surface.
Well, that's a really cool idea, dude.
I haven't done it.
It takes a little bit of time to dry, so it gives you some time to fuck around with it.
Yes, and then the nicer stuff actually don't dry for 30 minutes, so you can really, really play around with it.
Wow.
Interesting.
But
I just did a tile and grout in my kitchen for the backsplash. I've never done that before because I always just thought grout was messy, and I was right. It was messy, but it was actually pretty fucking easy too, right? And it's the same thing, but it's got a good gritty texture to it. And while I was working with it, I thought, man, this would be great for doing like a some kind of rocky diorama or something, you know?
Yeah. I've seen people online. What they've done is that to use the putty from the grout that you do, they paint it onto foam boards to give it a stone feel.
Yeah, that's wicked. That's a cool idea.
Interesting. Now I know what to do with all that extra putty that I have in my closet.
You facetious. But, yeah.
I'll do something with it. I definitely won't be able to do it this weekend.
All right, on to the next artist then.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
That's
yes.
all you.
Yeah, let me just. I got responses from almost all of the guys.
Oh, nice. You have one coming from Jack? Oh, it's so sick. I'm so jealous. I still need him to get me to do a hallway diorama.
Oh, I'm not sure if he responded with a thing, but this guy's work, I just love it. That's actually the quarter scale Grogu there, and I didn't look to see how he did it, but this picture is just so fun, and all of his pictures are the same way. Like, look how this is done. It's perfect.
The quarter scale Grogu? You mean the same one that you purchased, Jeff?
Yeah, man.
You mean the one that you think that Thor would like too?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Along with that Mafex Wolverine?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly correct.
Do you mind showing it to us really quickly?
Yeah, let me just see if I can get them out of the bag here without pulling them apart. Because one complaint is the joints, he pops apart, but it's okay because
Oh, okay.
it's easy to
He
put
has
back
one.
together. But he's got articulated feet, and there we go. Here, let me get on the camera so I can make sure I'm.
I gotta say,
Oh, okay. Well, temptation's over because he has that one.
I really like the picture. It captures his
Thor,
play.
Thor, if you've got a hot toy thing going on, I would love to chat with you about it later and get your opinion on some figures, because I'm kind of thinking I may jump in, but
Full like
no, just for Star Wars though.
just completely jump in 100% all the time.
No. But like I've been looking at the Star Wars, and to me, hands down, it's the best Star Wars shit going out there. And
Yep.
as a Star Wars fan, I'm kind of thinking all hot toys for my Star Wars stories might not be such a bad thing.
You know what? Maybe you should do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Well, hook a brother up with some deals, man. Send me some sand people for free or something, you know. I'm just being a drunk ass. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, no, everything this guy does, like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I recently connected with him through the other profile that I have, the Mando
Nice.
Grogu one.
Yep.
But everything he does, I really dig it. It's all got the same quality. I want to say like a magazine kind of quality to it, right? So it's
Yes,
really
that is definitely what it is. It feels a lot like the Star Wars Insider.
yeah, totally, right?
Magazine.
Like literally a cell from the show.
Yeah. Oh, so well done, man.
And hey guys, I picked up this light.
Oh,
Is it a
cool.
Lonzi light?
Yeah. Nice. Right on.
Nice. Very well done.
I just
I'll pull that out at the end when we're chatting some more after the artist.
Yes.
We'll look at it deeper. Do you mind going to the next artist, please?
Ooh.
Oh, this. Now, try and guess how he did that Phoenix effect.
That has to be practical.
It is.
Is it
And you know what? It's goddamn genius the way he did it. It's with cellophane, like all
What?
molded, and then he shines a light up through it.
What?
Wow.
Is that not the dopest shit you've ever seen?
That is crazy. So he made
fucking
his
creative.
own. He made his own Phoenix Force effect. This is
Yeah, man.
insane.
You know I have to try and duplicate that shit, right? Like I don't want to bite on his Phoenix effect, but some other fire effect, I'm totally gonna bite that.
What?
So now he's also got a comment here. Thank you very much for the feature. Much appreciated. My favorite toy line is Marvel Legends. I use an old Panasonic Lumix camera to take pics. And you know what, man? The pics are awesome. And it's because he's so creative with his practical effects. This is only one example of what he does. Like the shots that he does, I really appreciate his art, man. He's
really,
got
really well done.
he's got a great creative eye. Like, it's not just creative with how he created the fire effect, but the pose, everything about it. Like,
This
everything
looks a
about it,
lot like an Alex Ross cover.
Yes. The
right on.
the flames. It's exactly like how Alex Ross would do it.
Yes, because like he does when it comes to like colors and like fire stuff like that. It's usually like there's a lot of like shadows in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so well done. That's so good, man. What?
Doesn't it kick your ass?
Oh my
But does that mean
god.
he had to do so many shots and make sure the cellophane folded the right way?
You know what?
Yep.
He doesn't only do fire effects. He does water effects with it as well. And I'll tell you right fucking now, it looks like a legit ocean scene with a sunset and everything.
That's
Awesome.
crazy.
Like, check his stuff out. He's got a real creative edge. He's like, there's some really fun stuff going on there.
I was gonna say you did. I remember you mentioned something to me early on when we first met. That was very similar to like this kind of lighting for an Ironfish shot, where he's like going. I have him like punching the ground, and then the fire from his fist kind of comes out.
Right.
And you told me to like have it so that there's like glass underneath, and then light it up from underneath.
Which is how I do my campfires and all my
Yes,
stuff.
dude. Like honestly, anybody that like wants to do fire stuff, like Jeff's pointers on that specifically, phenomenal. Like it will change your life when it comes to shooting fire.
And when you start to extrapolate from that concept and go in creative directions with it, there's so many things you can do.
Yep.
I use the same concept for my recent. Sorry, I know I do a lot of Mando stuff, but I fucking love this figure. that raw shot that I did where the fire looked real, I did it with that directional Ulanzi light, right? Like I set it up underneath and I just turned it orange and put it through, but it's got that focus cone, and I had it focus on the flames, and the flames were lit up. So it looked like fire, and it was all practical, and I didn't edit a damn thing for it.
That's crazy, man.
Hey, Jeff, you know what I learned from your workshop that I'm playing around? The cotton ball trick.
Yeah. Cotton ball
For
explosion.
smoke or for like
For explosions.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
And remember, like it's like a kind of like an orangey yellow light, cotton balls, and then put debris on the cotton balls, and then maybe cotton balls on top of that, and shape the ones on top to kind of make your explosion. But having debris in there really sells it too, man.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the debris yet, but I'm just still playing around with the cotton balls, and then I make sure the top a little bit frizzy.
Actually, Howard, you know what? While we're chatting, let me just get you into our chat group right now.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I just want to make sure you're in there, because, dude, I'll tell you, man, we're all there. It's all just about supporting each other, and I just, the only thing I say is we're not about drama, right? We're just about supporting each other, and that's what we do, right? We keep it positive and light.
Cool.
Nice. All right.
I recently did some I try to do some like MMA inspired action.
Hey, brother, you're in.
Thank you.
And not
for MMA inspired for what?
For like, the really weird thing is, the Marvel Legends Legion figure.
Yeah.
The way he's dressed, the barefoot and the way he articulates his fingers and hands, he's really good for any sort of like grappling.
Yeah, yeah. Apart from the really high haircut.
Yeah, that's really it.
I had the Legion haircut.
Like, but I just noticed that he looked good for like grappling, so I kind of use him for a lot of like grappling poses, right?
Nice. That's really good, man.
That's creative, man. Good job.
Yeah.
Definitely show it to us after all the showcases.
I'll show you some of the shots I tried, and of course, other I'm not a palm reader, but more Dollarama,
Yeah, Howard. So we'll cover that stuff after, right?
Yeah,
right now it's about the love for the artist, dude.
Yes.
I appreciate you, my man, but let's focus on the artist. And so that he does water effects with the same kind of thing, and I really appreciate what he's putting out there. Could we
Yeah,
check
really well
out
done, dude.
the next artist, please? Oh, my man Don the Rooster. Oh, this guy. Okay, so first I just want to talk about the picture. So great. It looks there's a level of realism here with the crocodile just subtly there, the elephant just innocently like, oh, I'm thirsty. It's about to have its world messed up. And it's so great. And one of the best things about Don is in the chats and stuff, he has such a great sense of humor, you know. And also he strikes me as a very caring guy. And the group I'm in with him is the Shirtless Hobos, which is just hilarious, right? But
this is really well done. You know what? It reminds me a lot of Dave's dinosaur shots.
Yeah.
Like that definitely gave me that vibe. I honestly thought it was Dave's shot, and then I saw his name. I was just like, oh, okay. I'm not following him, so yes, I will follow him. No, really well done.
But Don's great. He's got a great sense of humor too. So there's shots like this, but then some of his other shots are just goofy as fuck, and like you'll find yourself doing a literal laugh out loud looking at his stuff. But so he sent a response to me directly. So what he uses for his photos is an iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Nice.
Black Series and Legends are amazing. He would love to be looking forward to a Superman Red and Superman Blue from McFarlane, but Steel looks pretty boss.
Yes, sir. I would love both of those. But nice. Like you have some pretty good picks this time around, Jeff. I mean, you always have good picks.
Yeah, this time I picked guys that I've been following for a bit or recently discovered or just that I got a good vibe with. And I got to tell you, man, Don, he makes me laugh. he's like a goofy motherfucker. And Don, I hope you're watching right now because you are. But I dig you.
You know, I'm embarrassed to say I actually thought the alligator or crocodile was real.
That's not embarrassing. That's just
no, but that's good. That means like
I picked it. That is why I picked it, man.
That means you actually like.
He made you.
It's like the illusion.
You sold that shit and you just ate it up, right?
Oh man, it's the way the croc, is positioned like that.
Yeah,
like
it
just
almost looks like a forced perspective shot with a toy elephant until you realize he sold the toy alligator so well it looks like a forced perspective with a toy elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah, really well done, man. Yeah, very good picks, Jeff. Like I said.
Well, thanks, man. But you know what? It's brothers in our community, man. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
We're here to, and sometimes I worry. Actually, I don't worry about it, but I hope I don't offend people when I'm saying like none of us are going to be influencers, like because I think some people aspire to that. But most important with what we're doing right now, man, is like having a good time with it, and you have a creative idea, you express it. And then you share it in a community of like-minded individuals, and they give you some feedback on what you've just given out. And there's a beautiful thing about that, right? And that's really what this community is. It's not about being Johnny Famous pants. It's about supporting each other and doing what you dig and like putting your energy into something that inspires your curiosity and your creativity, right? So I don't know how I got on this path because, like I said, I've been drinking and smoking pot, but
no, but you're 100% right because like the thing is that as long as you're constantly like moving forward with your photography and you're actually trying to improve as well as like talking to the right people, I'm sure you can go down that path of being like an influencer or like somebody that gets sponsorships.
That's not. But honestly, like that's not. I don't, and also if that's somebody's ambition, I certainly by no means would cast a shadow on that because good on you, like good luck with it too, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm speaking from my own personal perspective and experience in that I don't really have an interest in that, and because I don't want this to feel like work, right?
Yeah, of course.
what this is for me is my creative expression and my opportunity to step outside of paying bills and working 9 to 5 and doing something that is creative and fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But anyway, so I think I'm rambling down a garden path here.
No,
But
you're not.
Don is hysterical.
You're right about that, because if you like, it's meant to be a hobby, it's meant to be fun. If when people try, again, no offense to people who actually want to pursue that path, right? But then it takes some of the magic out. It becomes more of a job or an obligation, right?
Yeah. Of course.
And do you know what? That's and I'm. It seems like I'm shilling, but I'm not. I'm just excited about it. That second account that I use just for the quarter scale Mando, that's what that account is just pure, like, I just want to post shit, and if I get 2 likes or if I get 100 like what, it's not that. I just want to do really creative, cool shots with this set and post it there, and that's all that account is about.
I mean, you're on the right track, man. You're already like doing that. You're already doing really well with your main account. So I doubt that like you won't get any traction.
But that's my point with it, and I don't mean, and I hope that doesn't come across because I appreciate the support and everything. But this other one, it is just purely for what I feel like it was my best creative moment at that time with this set, right? Where my Tarot Comics, it'll be my best creative moment with whatever MathX or whatever story I'm looking to tell, Dark Knight Returns, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's but yeah. Anyway, I digress. Could we please have the next artist? This right here, Vigilante. Do you guys know Vigilante?
Of course I do.
Fucking this character. Oh my god, I loved him so hard back in the 80s, man.
He's so cool, man.
That's
I want to check to see if I've got feedback from him in chat here.
Yeah, of course.
He's one of those characters that make me really like, DC, right?
Right.
He's also like what
yeah,
it's odd. It's odd because like he used to be a Titans villain and then he became kind of like just his own thing.
Like an anti-hero.
But he was an anti-hero. Like I read Vigilante when he was introduced in like a DC kind of. I wasn't allowed to buy it, but I could buy it anyway because I knew the comic shop owner. Like I was too young to read it, but I got it anyway. Right, but it was murder filled, and I'm pretty sure I've got the issues sitting right here on my shelf. But more importantly, this photo here, I loved it. Like it just jumped out. Like I don't know, I can almost imagine some goofy shit Deadpool saying to him right now. Right?
Jeff, I used to think that like due to the popularity and like kind of a cult following that this character has, I really, really think the original Food Killer in Marvel was meant to cash in like almost like, I don't want to say a copy or duplicate. Do you remember the original Food Killer?
No.
From the 90s, like even aesthetically, like he only had a really short miniseries run. They tried to reintroduce him later on, but they shelved him. But his motivation and his aesthetic is very similar to Vigilante.
Oh, well, then I already like him.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
In the early 80s, I was very much into the whole, bitter anti-hero kind of shit, right? Like it really spoke to me. Like even Miami Vice. I know I'm totally aging myself with this shit, but like Miami Vice, they were anti-heroes, but they were heroes at the same time, right? Like that kind of. Anyway, so that's what this was all about. Now, also, he's given me he sent me a response directly. And he was saying that he was a little embarrassed to use an old LG phone for all of his pics, to which I say the results are fantastic. Who gives a shit, right? The editing feature on this phone is awesome, which is why you should keep using it. It works for you, right? And then his favorite toy line is G.I. Joe Classified. And
nice.
Looking forward to the Mezco Snake Eyes figure, which, you know what? It looks great. I hope I don't regret canceling that order today.
You know what? To just look at it a little bit more, and then maybe go back to it. But yeah, no, this shot is really, really well done. I do think it captures the essence of both characters.
Yeah, because I know what Vigilante is going to do next, and it'll be some snaky shit where he gets out of it and pulls the fast one on Deadpool, but he won't know that Deadpool can heal. Deadpool will let him shoot him, and then Deadpool will say, "See, still got you, sha sha sha." You know.
Hey guys, I have a question. Like, kind of related. Vigilante was created by Marv Wolfman, right?
Yeah, he first appeared in New Teen Titans. Yeah, he was a Titans villain before he became a hero, anti-hero.
Was he really? So
Yeah,
the Marv Wolfman, like #1 Vigilante, that wasn't the introduction of Vigilante?
No, Vigilante first showed up in New Teen Titans annual, like 3 or 4, something like that.
What
It was an
year?
early annual.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Maybe they happened around the same time because Vigilante was released early 80s too.
Yeah, they came out around the same time. I mean, there were a lot of characters that came. There you go. Annual number 4. Thank you.
Boom.
I was correct.
Man, they got knowledge in that back room there.
So I was gonna say that, like, so during this is kind of going off a tangent a little bit, but during the early 80s, especially in New Teen Titans and Uncanny X-Men, a lot of people ended up getting series just spun off of a lot of those series because Uncanny X-Men and New Teen Titans were the most successful books from DC and Marvel. So whatever was coming out of those books, they just were greenlit series almost immediately. So Deathstroke first appearance was New Teen Titans #2. He got a series almost right after that. Vigilante showed up in New Teen Titans Annual #4, which is pretty deep into the series and was still approved like a 60-issue series.
Yeah.
Same with anybody from Uncanny X-Men. It was insane. Like anybody that showed up in Uncanny X-Men got a series. Gambit got a series. Rogue got a series.
Yeah.
Like everybody got a series, man.
True that.
I was the guy that read this,
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So like that Deathstroke series started I think like maybe like 70, no, like maybe like 40 or 50 issues into New Teen Titans, and then it ran well into the early 90s and then stopped. But that was the series that really like made Deathstroke a name for himself. Sorry, I didn't want to like get off of topic, but that's
I got lost in posing my Deathstroke actually. So.
But yeah, no, that's Vigilante's a really cool character.
Yeah.
Continue on, Jeff. You were
pretty jealous of this guy with the Vigilante figure.
They'll probably make another one. They'll probably make another one too.
Honestly, the next one that's released, if anybody sees it and I haven't bought it, please tell me.
You know, if someone is skilled enough,
they can make me one and I'd buy it.
You can use a retro Snake Eyes and make you one.
I'm down.
Yeah, I can see that. It'll be like you have to paint over it, right? But
yeah, the base is already black.
Yeah.
You just have to add blue and red and white. Right. That's really it.
Somebody please create Vigilante for me, and if it's a good,
I will do it. Okay.
It's a great represent. Well, Jazz, for real?
Yeah, no, I'll seriously do it. Yeah, if you want me to do it, I'll do it.
If you can make me like a real deal looking with great articulation.
For sure. I just I need to find another.
Never be indebted to you, sir.
I'll find another retro Snake Eyes and then just do that up for you, no problem.
Dope as hell. Thank you, man.
Yeah, but yeah, continue on, Jeff. It's your spotlight now.
All right. I think I've got.
Sorry for just dropping fucking dumping information like that.
I've got another one. Again, I'm losing. Oh, this is
Judgment Day.
Look at
yeah, that. Terminator 2, man.
killed this right here. Killed it.
You know what? That actually looks straight up like the scene from Terminator 2.
Yeah.
It totally
It's
does.
so well done.
Like
How did he?
this shot. And if I remember correctly, in Figurewood, Mark, please keep me honest. There is quite a bit of practical to this, so feel free to be blown away as much as these skeletons are.
Wait, so did he use like firecrackers and stuff?
No. Like they're like dust. So if I remember correctly, there was a monitor in the background with a practical fence, skeleton set up in front, and then he like blew kind of like dust particle shit through the scene, and
Yeah.
with yellow lighting, and
Yeah.
came up with this incredible gold here. Now, here's his response to me. He uses a Nikon D5500 on a 60 millimeter macro lens. Mezco is his favorite line, but third party is killing it lately. Speaking of looking forward to the Lime Toys, Last of Us figures finally coming out soon.
Nice. Yeah.
And he wanted to say thanks again. He's looking forward to watching it. So, dude, hopefully we got to your work in time for you to still want to be watching us. But this picture kicks my ass like it could be a frame from T2.
I mean, it definitely is. It might as well be, man. Fuck.
Yeah, the dust really adds the touch to it, the realism.
Mhm.
Like,
But to me, it's perfection, right? Like it is literal perfection. I don't know how he could have done this any better.
I've watched the movie so many times. I remember that scene. You know, Sarah Connor's having that nightmare, right? She's
Yeah,
dreaming.
and it's that shit sticks with you, and that's the vision that you see when it sticks.
Oh
with you,
yeah.
right? It's perfection. He nailed it so hard.
So well done, dude. Very well done.
And he's another one from the chat group that Don's in. So he's a great artist and does a lot of good work.
Wow.
Yeah, like just look at that, eh? Like even the focus on the fence and everything, the skeleton in the background.
Was this the shot that you were gushing over from from like all of your picks? Would you say?
Well, I don't know because I don't want to compare it to other artists because I pick all the artists for, but this one has the nostalgia vibes for me because T2 was one of the ultimate movies for me, right? I mean, there's multiple ultimate movies, but T2 was like in that universe, like slick ass motherfucking perfection. Like it holds up to this day, right?
Yeah.
And this scene speaks to that.
I must have seen that movie like over the years over 100 times. You know,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that movie way too many times.
Like it's somewhat disappointing to me that I can't really speak it word for word.
You mean the dialogue?
After watching it like almost probably over 100 times, I don't know. I'll be back. That's all I retain from it. Like, come on.
You know those catchphrases. You know what's that thing Sarah Connor always says? There's no fate but what we make.
Right. Hasta la vista.
Yeah. Or the meme, your parents are already dead. Your foster
Your foster parents are dead.
Your foster parents are dead.
There's that. Oh, there's a lot of good ones in that.
Well, there's been decades of time to create them.
Remember the T1000? Have you seen this boy?
Yeah. You know what? You know what's cool is on my driver's license. The first two letters are T2. To me, like I was in my early 20s, like when this came, to me that was like dope as hell. I was like, yeah, T2, it's my license.
Nice. It's so cool. Is that it for you, Jeff? Or
I'm not sure, and it's as a result of my state more than anything. Oh, here we go. Howard, you're up, brother.
Yeah. So you know what though? I thought that since, you know, the hosts are always like, you know, showcasing, you know, other other artists' shots that I think that the host themselves deserves a little spotlight.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
That's why I decided to. And the thing is, I mean, you two guys are the the ones I first started following. So like your shots. So it feels like I know your work before even talking to you, kind of thing.
That's really cool. That's very cool for me, man. That was
And
awesome.
I've been kind of talking about this scene, since the beginning, right? About like how I've always wondered how you were able to do the campfire so well, like because if the light is too strong, it won't look real because campfires aren't that bright.
Well,
But if it's too dim, it also doesn't give off that effect, that warm effect. But
yeah, I used a delayed exposure. I've got it. I broke it down in the comment there. If you want to know how to do it, that's the recipe there.
Yeah, kinetic sand and rocks. So hey, I'll just you don't mind, Jeff, if I just read your comment there?
Oh, I don't mind at all, dude. I'm very flattered that you selected me as one of the.
So I'll just paraphrase. So that you used the SL2 with the 40 millimeter lens.
Yeah.
The scene was built on a glass monitor stand. Used kinetic stand and rocks with black foam core for the background, and plastic flames are lit from beneath with a bright yellow light. Atmosphere in a can to haze it up a bit, and then a slightly delayed exposure in low light. And that your favorite current line is Hot Toys, and that of course anyone who follows you will know it's Mando, and I'll add Grogu in there as well too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I apologize. I know it's been all Mando for about 2 weeks, but
I also thought what was really special about this shot, Jeff, is like, besides you nailing Wolverine's the pose, right? I mean, that is as Wolverine gets when he's doing his berserker attack, right? Is that Kurak there?
It is with his axe.
And have you guys talked about like a little bit of inside joke on the link between you and Kurak?
Yes. That's why I love the figure, because
oh my god! It first came up in one of my scenes.
Yeah, he's like an idealized version of me.
He's like your alter ego, right?
He totally is, dude.
Because the funny that I came to realize this on my own. I was at all on just like a random day, and this was after joining Jeff's photography shop. So this is after meeting Jeff in person. His pictures, and then I was looking at like his action figure. I'm like, man, this reminds me of someone. I just can't put my finger on it, right? So I snapped a picture of it and I sent it to Jeff on Instagram. I'm like, hey Jeff, I finally figured out this guy looks like you.
It's so good. I think it was my Daredevil fight scene where Jeff was just like, "Why is Daredevil fighting me?"
Okay, I have to show you. Look at this.
Hey, is that the Black Series one?
Yeah, man.
When did you buy this?
Recently.
Why did you say that like you're about to cry?
Hey, driven thanks to that. I was like, I've literally been watching The Mandalorian wearing this helmet.
The light is really cool, but now that you open that, I guess we can do the helmets, right? So let me.
Everybody's got a helmet.
Jazz, do you have a helmet?
No, but I have a Nightwing Domino mask somewhere.
So I also have a Black Series helmet.
Oh yeah, Kylo.
Yeah, I think my batteries are out, but this it's actually, the voice changer is actually not bad. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's cool. All right, I apologize for my drunken distraction with my lovely Mando helmet.
I have no excuse. I just like my helmet.
No, this is the closest thing that I have to a helmet right now. I have a Pride cowboy hat.
I'll take it, man. That's awesome.
It's actually kind of small. My head's pretty big, so this is not gonna go over well.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that
Howard,
the?
Howard, thank you very much for the feature, man. I really appreciate that.
Oh, hey, I mean, Jeff, your work is always so great, and you're such a humble guy that you're always trying to showcase everyone else's work besides your own, right? So, you know,
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. I love trying as hard as I can when I do a shot. Sometimes I'll do a fuck around shot, but usually if I post it, it's because I tried really hard doing it. And to hear you say that is very rewarding to me. So thank you.
And you know what though, Jeff, I'm sure you hear a lot of positive like feedback from all your students, right? But like you have a very like you have very like you have this ability to like inspire people who go to your workshop to just have fun with have fun with the toys and have fun with photography.
My man, fucking A. Thank you for
Like-
that. That's awesome. That's
Nice.
Like like everyone you leave that workshop just like really happy about your hobby, and inspired, right?
Yes, guy.
So
Howard, thank you. That's an
yeah,
awesome
your enthusiasm is very infectious, like you just and you know what though, it's like even early on a Saturday morning you really get really pumped for it.
Well, I'm kind of an energetic guy, but that would be why, because I'm kind of hyper and OCD. But honestly, Howard, thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I take that to heart. That's really cool because I tried it. I just want it to be positive, good love, right? Like this should be exciting, and don't compare yourself unless you're just looking to try and grow, right?
Yeah, and
have fun with the shit you're doing. Like tell the story you got to tell and love telling it, and then look back at your old stuff and say, wow, now I'm here. I was there.
And Jeff, last question about this Wolverine shot. Is this your official submission for that the X-Men contest?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, but yeah, it's my submission, but it's a few pics ago, but I love this shot.
Yeah,
thank you for featuring it, and I love how the fire worked. Like it looks like real fire between it just in front of them there. So
yeah, but that pose though, I mean, and surprise Karak is like that's it's straight out of a comic, straight out of a movie, right?
Thank you, man. I tried and I try and convey that even in the workshop, like to show action. It's got to be the beginning or the end of emotion. If you can't, if you're showing it in between, like if you took a picture of me like this, like what am I doing? But if I got my hand all the way back and I'm like this, I'm about to deliver a punch. If I'm all the way like this, I've just delivered a powerful punch. Like showing that full extension, either at the beginning or the end, brings the energy. It makes something static alive, right? And then if you sell it with the correct lighting and the angle and perspective and the posing, if it's bang on, you can make something look real that isn't real.
Yes. This is like wow, one of my favorite shots.
Nice. Yeah.
Really, thank you.
It was definitely one of your best shots, especially since it's that Mathex X-Force Wolverine.
Yeah.
That is so sought after.
I know you got me in, and I happened to jump on this when it was available. And thank you.
That's one line of toys I haven't gotten into because I know it's another can of worms.
Oh, there's lots of rabbit holes out there, dude.
It's funnily enough, it was me who got Jeff into getting Mathex figures.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and also you guy, I had two lined up, and then you threw a third on the shelf that I had to grab, which was that.
Well, if you didn't, then you wouldn't have gotten it at such
No,
a good price.
No, but do you remember we were doing the photo shoot? We're in the Heroes World studio, and I was overwhelmed because I literally had just bought 4 figures, and I had stories for all of them, but they didn't intertwine. I was like overwhelmed, and then Jazz is like, "What about this? What about this?" And I was like, "Stop, because I don't know what I'm doing yet."
There was a point where Jeff was just really quiet and he was just staring at his toys. He just didn't know what to do. He was just staring at his figures. And was
I
like,
was overwhelmed. There was too much new, right? It just happened to be, I had the situation was good. I could do it. So, but it was, I was frozen. I didn't know what to do. But enough about me. This is my picture. I'd like to see someone else's art. And I'm sorry. I don't mean. I appreciate the honor.
yeah, go for it. Go for it, man. Go for it, Howard.
So now another one of my current pictures from
Action Master.
The Martial Geek. Now the thing is, Jazz, I don't know if you remember my Instagram handle, but I'm that random guy that just selects random posts you do and put it on my story. Like I've done it like a few times.
Okay. There's a lot of people that do that. I have so many notifications on my phone.
Yeah.
My wife gets so upset at me that I don't check all of them.
You go silent and vibrate, or just no notification at all, and check it when you check it.
Because I'm. Yep. Sorry, go on, Jazz.
No, sorry. To add to what Jeff said, I'm on vibrate, and then I'll like look at it and be like, "Yeah, I'll respond to that later," and then swipe up and just go about my day.
And so I somehow, through clicking on this page and that page, stumbled on your page, and I was like, wow, your handle is very fitting because, you pay a lot of attention to like body movements, especially martial arts moves.
Yep.
Right, and it's like it shows.
Yeah, I'm very passionate about that, man. It's impressive.
Yeah, I also have been doing martial arts for like 20 years, so that also helps a lot.
So I guess that makes a lot of sense because you have to you have that background in it, so you know what looks real, right?
Yeah.
Because you know the real deal, right?
Yeah.
And like for me, I really love this shot because it's like a comic book. It tells a picture. It tells a story.
Mm-hmm.
You got Daredevil, in for a fight. You have like one of the henchmen who thought he was really brave to attack first, and he's learning the error of his ways as he misses with his bat. Right. And I guess I'll look at the comment here.
Bat, you feel the whiff.
Like this was done on a Google Pixel 4.
Yeah.
And you shot in collaboration with Path the Collector. Hard to pick a line, but your favorite lines are Mayfex, Joe's, Valiverse, Legends, and Mezco. And that again, it really depends on what I'm feeling within the day, and some thank yous, right? And I just have to just add the fact that the action, like I never knew, like I know that Marvel Legends and a lot of these toys have a lot of points of articulation, but you really pushed the articulation to the limit. Like they.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
You're like me though, right? Like the figure is the tool for the shot.
Yeah. So I've mentioned this to Jeff before, but that Daredevil Mezco is actually damaged. He has a rip on the bottom
Dude,
his suit.
I'm selling mine at Heroes World right now if you want a replacement.
Oh no, it's okay because of the rip, he can ab crunch better and he can kick higher.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, oh wow, this works so much better for me. All right, and everybody's like, wow, how do you get your Daredevil to pose like that? Well, it's ripped.
I ripped his suit
by accident, completely by accident. I was just kind of playing around with him one day. I was like, that's a giant tear in the back of his suit.
Because when I have some of the same toys that you have, like, and then when I look at your shot, I'm like, am I like playing with them wrong? I'm like, I can't.
So what? Like, you can pick my brain about it, but like, what specifically? were you like asking about?
I think it's just the fact that like it's not just any one singular pose, right? It's the fact that how the figures interact. That's what I find really cool. Like, because in a fight, right? Like it's never just one sided. You have like if you have two fighters in the mix, you have someone doing something while the other person is reacting to it. And I find that what you do really well is in close combat, like they're very realistic reactions to each other. Like
Yes. So it's something that I learned from watching a lot of martial arts movies. So it's like you always have to be on beat, right? And if you're not on beat, then there's space missing in a frame. Where so I try to frame it that in a way that is always full. And not just that like once someone does something, another character is going to be initiating something, and then the next frame will be like they have initiated that movement. That way, like you can see where all the moving pieces are going and how the fight flows and where they end up.
The details really make a difference because, like, let's just use this for an example, right? Because it's happening at a really fast speed. We're talking about like seconds. And you can see that as the person swinging the bat, misses and gets, actually Daredevil gets the upper hand. You see one of his friends try to react, like, on the top left there, and I'm like, but,
this is practically animation keyframes.
Yeah, like stop motion.
Yeah, and that's basically what I was talking about earlier, right? And it's really so what it is in fight scenes is like it's a cue. So if something happens, so that something is that Daredevil punched that guy in the back of the head while going under, like after going underneath his swinging arm. The guy that was on the far left decided to react to that because he saw his friend get hurt. So it's just like, okay, I'm gonna go and try to swing for him, and that's like the initiation. And then he like the next panel is he has initiated his the full movement. Then it's action reaction, always like that. So it's just a rotating door.
Would you want to share with us, like, I know I don't want to put you on the spot there, but like your background martial arts. Do you want to talk about that or?
Yeah, sure. No, I'm totally okay with talking about that kind of stuff. Honestly, like, has a knowledge of martial arts. Yes, he might. He also has watched martial arts films. So, like, I've been doing martial arts since I was like 8 or 9, and now with all that, I started with Taekwondo. Then in high school, I went on to do Thai boxing along with catch wrestling and judo. And then I eventually got introduced closer to the end of high school to Filipino martial arts and Jeet Kune Do. That was kind of like I would say that was my turning point for making it like more of a part of my life, because martial arts was just kind of like, hey, I'm just kind of doing it just so I can like have an activity to do with my friends. It wasn't really that much of a passion. I was just doing it as a sport. And then once I got into Filipino martial arts and Jeet Kune Do, I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And I like all the skills that I learned previously, I attached it to my Jeet Kune Do philosophy. And now I am teaching privately and semi-privately for my Filipino martial arts and Jeet Kune Do. And then I've been doing both of those things since like 2012 or 2011.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so you're basically in MMA.
Yeah, my Jeet Kune Do classes were very much MMA classes. They weren't like Junfan based. It was more like, hey, we have the MMA gloves, you have the shin pads. Obviously, you're going to be using a mouth guard and a cup, and that's your sparring. And then if we were trying to do Filipino martial arts sparring, it would be fencing mask, hockey gloves, and a live rattan stick, and we would hit each other with it, hit takedowns, like your double leg, single leg, whatever else you want to hit with the
Yes.
stick.
Yes. I don't know if this is like, I've got like, I'm not as knowledgeable, but with is any of the traditional blades used in Filipino martial arts? Because like I've seen some of the like I don't know if it's still in like they still in practice, but I've seen like traditional Filipino like knives, all the different types.
Well, the blades are mostly used for either partner drills or solo drills. We don't usually do them. We don't use them in sparring. It's more performance drills or actual performances. Mostly just for safety, because you don't want to hurt somebody with something that's like that.
Serious, man. They look scary.
Well, we don't use live ones. We do have trainers. So there are people that make like polypropylene trainers of blades, or there's wooden trainers of it, like bamboo. And then some people even make aluminum trainers, which are like probably the most safe ones to spar with, other than the polypropylene ones. But yeah, there's a lot of blades. I usually use aluminum ones for solo or partner drills, and then if I'm sparring, I'm usually I just do padded sticks or a rattan stick as
Because
my
I
spar.
one time did a deep dive on the internet, right? And
Mhm.
how I came across like Filipino martial arts was that one of the most feared units in World War II during the island fighting was
Mhm.
the Filipino unit.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
yeah,
also something that I like.
Come back. Got the pee.
I always want to utilize my like both of those, like all my experience with martial arts in all of my fight scenes, because I don't want like anything to just kind of be like, oh, it's just like boxing or it's just kickboxing. I want to show that like someone can hit takedowns, someone can hit the clinch, someone can do all of these different things, or even in like a different instance, I posted a fight scene with Shang-Chi versus the Crimson Twins.
Could I propose that we circle back and continue our artist review, or am I? Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna like say about like what like my pan like I was gonna circle back to that actually, to the paneling and the action choreography that I do, Jeff. But yeah, I utilize that stuff in that fight scene specifically. So if if you guys want to check that out, it's on my profile there.
That'd be yeah.
Pardon?
You do definitely. I want to check that
Uh, after talking to Jazz, I'm gonna rewatch some of those action movies and try to. I might even take pictures of it, of the screenshot.
Yeah,
Just
honestly,
just use for reference.
yeah, just do that. Like I highly recommend that as reference points for whatever you want to recreate, because that's like the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue on with your other
Okay.
what's it called? With your other guys.
So Ray's, picture Figgy Smalls, and that this is kind of my bad. I didn't give him the questions, so that's why his answer was kind of short. Like he just said, "Appreciate, thanks so much, guys. Sorry, guys, this is just my rookie mistake. I forgot to tell him, a little bit."
I didn't exactly explain it to you either, brother. So that's more on me than anything else.
So, but I mean, I guess I can just kind of share my views on his.
I love this shot.
Oh, where'd he go? Oh no, where did he go?
Oh,
Oh
no.
shit. Where'd he go?
All right. You know what I love about this pic is the webbing, the way it is on Kingpin's face there, and then
He's like trolling him basically.
yeah, right. He's just like yeah. And I also dig the use of the Mezco explosion thing in the background there. There's a lot going on here, and I just love it. I love that it's all practical. And
Yes.
it's just all carefully, painstakingly aligned and set up with lights
Yeah.
behind things and whatever to make this happen. Like even
Yeah.
with the fire effects, right? Like there's some work there, man. I really appreciate this shot.
Yeah, no, Ray is very, very good at making like his practical shots. Like his shots in general just like pop really, really well. Like I featured him in my set too.
Yeah.
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 With that it was the Joe one. It was the Joe shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, really well done. He does such a good job. Howard, go ahead and talk about Ray shot.
So sorry about that. My phone just crapped out. So, I mean, like one thing I like about what Ray does is that, you know, besides just posting a pic, he always posts it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And to give us the perspective, you know, like, you know, what kind of like how his setup is like. But one of the cool things I like about his shots is that, you know, I even though we never got to that part when I met him, like, you know, over the weekend, but he's definitely, you know, a fan of the comics because, you know, the scenes that he picked are they're very much that character, right?
Yeah.
Like you can very much see Spider-Man doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what we were just talking about. Like, when you left, it's just like,
he's kind of like, yeah.
yeah, he's like trolling him a little bit.
Yeah. He's kind of like, you know, not really taking it seriously. You know, you got jumping over Tombstone's head. You know,
Yeah.
Kingpin is angry and he webs his face, right?
Yeah.
So it's got that like lightheartedness from the character, right? You know, captured really well. And that, you know, in this shot, you got everything, right? You got the henchman shooting at him that he's dodging. He's shooting web in Kingpin's face, and there's an explosion in the background, right? All in a warehouse, right? With like I can probably guess that he, you know, this is one of his large dioramas where he's shining a light from above.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's got so many dioramas, man.
Yeah, he. I'm guessing like this is my eye is currently, you know, being like luckily I'm able to try to spot where the lighting's coming from, you know, from, you know, Jeff's lessons there, right? And you know, the like I remember one of the things I thought was, you know, where to put like kind of like a general light and then where you want to highlight, right? So I see that, you know, he's got a general light from the top, and Kingpin has got a little bit of like a secondary light that's just shined on him. So like really cool shot. You got the muscle, the fire muzzle effects. I think that's probably physical, like that's not drawn on by like, you know, any program. I think that's just from the toy itself.
Yeah.
No, it's always practical with him.
It's all practical. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
This shot captures like, you know, like captures it all, right? And and I just love the Spider-Man hopping over. Like this is, you can see him doing in the cartoon and the comics how he would jump in and fight.
Yeah, totally. It's totally.
And you know, I'm gonna see if I can get like you know, just for people who follow the page like Pic Bar, if I can just get like, you know, Ray to put in a little bit more about how he created that shot.
Yeah. You could also like message him, and then he'll like, you know,
he'll respond.
He'll post it up or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I might meet up with Ray actually, like you know, not anytime soon, but you know, I'm picking up the crates and the chair from him, so
Nice.
I'm thinking of like meeting somewhere like halfway because I live in Scarborough, very close to Scarborough Town Center, and you know, so I'm thinking of meeting him like in Pickering Town Center.
Oh, you're like really close to Jeff and I.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Jeff and I live down like
I'm here Victoria Park, Lawrence area.
I'm at Dog Mills and Shepherd.
Oh, so you guys are closer to Fairview Mall.
Yeah.
Like Jeff and I live around the corner from each other.
Wow, crazy! Because you know, I actually my high school is very close to you guys. I went to Sir John A. Macdonald.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's like that's kind of like that's Vic. Like that's kind of like Finch and Pharmacy. So
Yes,
just
yeah,
a little bit north and east of Fairview.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not too far. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, you guys are just pretty close by. We're all pretty close by to each other.
Totally. And look, it's Grogu, the best articulated
Nice.
Grogu ever.
Was that it for your picks, Howard?
Sorry.
Oh, here's
Was
another.
that it for your picks?
No,
Another-
I have one more. I have one more. So
Oh, nice.
this is
Oh,
his
cool.
handle Gambit, right? Matt, like how I met Matt was that like I hope Matt doesn't mind me sharing the story. It's nothing too personal, but I met Matt on Facebook Marketplace because this is when I really got into GI Joe classifieds, right? And Matt had a bunch of figures for sale, and so I met him there, and then just kind of just talked to him here and there. You know, he at one point, he thought he was gonna, quit like the hobby, or at least take it easy for a while, right? But then we fast forward, I got reacquainted with him again at the Ontario CollectorCon show at Ajax. And I was like, hey man, I'm like, long time no see. And he was like, yeah, you can't really ever quit this hobby. So he was like, yeah, he's still making more and more shots. Now this is just something that he I think it's a shot that he really likes because he pins it at the top of his Instagram. And I mean, I can
It's
see
a great shot.
Yeah, he's got the special effects in there. And again, like I didn't really like tell him what how, like he just left one of those like comments because I didn't really prompt him on how, like what really say, right?
Right.
And but oh, there you go. Yeah, it's two light setup. He used the two Yolanzi VL49, one
Yeah.
light on the left with the blue highlights, and the one on the right bouncing off the white poster board. So favorite toys to photograph: Marvel Legends and Mythic Legends. And this I recognize the person holding the bow. I'm not as familiar with the line, but I do recognize that this is a Mythic Legend toy.
Yeah. I hope this feedback is well received because I think this photo is well planned, well executed. The only recommendation I would have is in behind the figures that are in front of the monitor, that picture there, blow the vape smoke or whatever smoke device they're using in between the monitor and the scene. And what that will do is it'll serve to blend it in and make it look like it's all part and parcel. Because right now with the vape or the smoke up front, it creates it breaks the illusion a little bit, and I'm meaning this in a positive way because this is a great photo. And my only feedback, and it's only through my eye, somebody else could see something different. I would recommend try to put the smoke between the figures and the monitor to help blend the foreground with the background.
Cool. And one thing I also like about the scene is just, and it tells a story, right? You can see the archer's got the jump on these guys, and he's about to, he's about to shoot an arrow.
The posing is bang on, man. Like there is a story here that I want to watch, right? Like he's targeting somebody, and I don't even know how he made the decision to have him hold the arrow like that because it so perfectly shows what's happening next. That arrow's getting loaded, and that person that he's looking at is dead.
Yep, he's getting like what vibes is this really? I mean, of course, not how the Mythic Legend figure looks, but this is straight out of like Lord of the Rings. Like I can see like
Straight up, Howard, totally.
Right, and he's like, he's just like he surprised an orc ambush party, right? Because a true rogue, true stealth, just sneaks up on them and is about to this. It's too late, he's got, like you said, Jeff, he's got his arrows ready, and that orc is dead, right?
No, you can see the determination. He made that plastic speak to us.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you guys follow his page, but recently Matt also has a couple of other posts. They're a little bit more lighthearted because he's recently. Well, I'm not. He wouldn't be angry at me for saying this because he did put it on one of his posts. But he's recently engaged, so he's
Nice.
Nice.
he's did a
Congratulations, Matt.
he did a couple of toy posts to kind of like to show the engagement scene. He's
Good
got
on
like
him.
a really cute couple scene. I originally wanted to pick that, but I didn't want to put that too much in the spotlight in case he blocks me on Facebook, right?
What? Don't worry about
No,
that.
if you already put it on Instagram, then
Brother,
like,
as long as you're being kind and genuine, you
Yeah.
don't got to worry about being
Want me
blocked. And if
Yeah.
you get blocked for being kind and genuine, you didn't want to be there in the first place.
So I mean, like it was really nice getting reacquainted with Matt, at the show, and it's a small world. So Matt's also like I think through the community also knows Ray.
oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so everyone had a good time. Like just toys and
Yeah,
selling some of their old collection, also like buying new ones, right?
I definitely need to get to one of these conventions, man.
Well, that's what that tailgate was at Heroes World. And basically, I sold shit and bought shit. Right?
Yeah.
Did you break even or did you spend more?
Well, let's be honest. I did not make money on the shit that I sold, but I did about, I think it was about $550.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah. And I got rid of everything that I wanted to, most of it. So it was good.
That's good.
And Jeff, thanks for selling me the custom Wolverine you made.
That's right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm so thrilled that you dig that. I created this Bison built based off the Arnold body custom Wolverine. I bought like these claws, both clean and bloodied, and like I probably spent $200 building the figure, but
Wow.
But I think I was just kind of done with it, and Howard grabbed it off of me, so that was awesome.
That's awesome, man.
I was like, that looked so cool. Like it, like the figure just popped out. It was him, and also bought the custom Punisher you made.
The Punisher that I did, yeah, that was a cool.
Yeah,
one.
like Jeff
cool.
put war paint on the Punisher's face, like on the face.
I ordered all the special everything's for it, so yeah, it was, and then I painted up the face with the skull and stuff. So it's cool that you got it, man. I love that it's out there.
Yeah, but the toy shows, I mean, like they're great because besides just like getting good deals, you also get to meet like a lot of people in the community, and
I do think that's something that's like I'm missing out on.
Have you gone to any Jazz? Like, have you gone to?
No, I haven't. I've only like
out.
met people on.
You're missing
Facebook
out, brother,
Marketplace.
because it's very cool to meet people that you've chatted with, or even you've bought shit off of, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, it's you. I grabbed.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what I mean. I mean, like, I do think that that's something that we as a community, not just like Toronto, but even like our Instagram community here, we should definitely
I'd love to do is
talking about that.
I didn't want to interrupt. Go ahead. Go on. I apologize.
Going where?
Okay. I was thinking it would be cool if like, all of us, like as many that would be willing to, with some of our American buddies, like figure out a central place to do like a big giant collaboration. We brought our figures, let's make some magic.
Or just like chilling with everybody. Yeah, man. Yeah, that'd be great.
A central place where we all we take over a hotel or something, like almost like a Comic-Con, but like action figure photography a con.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What? I do think that like an actual comic convention would probably be the easiest place for everybody to meet if it's like us including the American people.
You know, really surprised, like Jazz. I'm glad you brought that up. What I'm really surprised is that, like, given the amount of pages on Instagram and given just what I've seen, I'm a really recent addition. I'm a newbie in the community, right? Yeah. I'm also surprised that we don't see more of it at conventions.
Well, the thing is that like it's also like an artist alley situation, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is where like the guys from the Pic Bar would like jump in because it's getting kind of late. But like, yeah, I feel like they should definitely pitch their 2 cents in for this one. But yeah, it's for sure like there should be more of a thing. I know Path did a con where he was able to sell some of his prints with his
Mhm.
photography on it. So there was that, but I haven't heard anything else about any sort of convention.
You know, the funny thing that got me into this was like what got me the idea to even kind of start was you guys remember Loot Crates?
Yes.
And Loot Crates, actually one of the earlier crates released a book, like like a photography book, and it was like toy photography.
What?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah, they did release it, but you know what though? I forgot where I put mine. I'm talking about like I subscribed to Loot Crates back in like 2015, 2016.
Holy shit, man.
And it was like when I saw that book, I was like, that makes total sense because for toy collectors, we already have all the we have the toys, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just need the light. All we needed was lighting
Well,
because we have phones.
I actually have my figures as a result of the pictures I want to do, not the other way, right? Like that's how I got back into it, is treating it like my kids got me a 12-inch Wolverine
Mhm.
for Father's Day. I think it was 2019, and I started taking some pictures with it, and I noticed that it was easy at 1/6 scale. It was easy to do forced perspective, and then I went to a convention and I grabbed a 1/12 scale brown suit Wolverine that was Marvel Legends, where you could swap the head out and have the mask down his back. Actually, this one right here. This is when I still this is a second purchase of it. The first purchase was out of the package, and I made shots with it, right?
Mhm.
But this figure to me is symbolic of me starting on my path of actually doing this hobby, right?
Wow.
And
Holy fuck.
so that and the figure that my wife and kids got for me for Father's Day back in 2019, I and then when the pandemic hit, instead of putting money toward going to the pubs with my buddies and whatever, I decided, I might as well buy some pieces that I can work with. And at first, I was just buying like the really inexpensive used Hasbro, like buying up whatever I could find and doing photo shoots with it. And then I started paying top dollar for anyway. I'm not going to tell you the whole.
Hey, no, Jeff. I mean, the story is interesting, and I remember I remember bits and pieces from your the toy show workshop, and
Right.
the one funny fact I remember from that, aside from toy photography, is that never challenge you to paintball.
Well, you might do okay now because it's been a few years since I've played it, but yeah, I played competitively and was sponsored and stuff.
So guys, remember, if Jeff ever jokingly challenges us to paintball, we should decline.
Oh wait, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used back in 2011, I think it was. I was on a team sponsored by Rockstar Energy Drink to play paintball and shoot fools and stuff. So, and then I played. I think I played about 7 or 8 years of competitive paintball on sponsored teams and stuff like
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah, but in the
You
lower,
ever have you ever transferred any of those skills over to like airsoft or no?
yeah. After I was done playing competitively, I played airsoft, and what I liked about airsoft is it wasn't as intense. Like in that, I didn't feel as competitive about it. I found there was a lot more. Forgive me for saying this, fucking bitch ass whiners, right? Like,
Yep. Yep.
But apart from that, like I used to go play with my sons and these guys, they'd be like bitching about whatever, and me and my boys would yell across and make fun of them, right? Like, the one guy, he wasn't wearing a mask, he just had goggles on, and so he stuck his head out and I shot him in the face. right? But it was from, honestly, it was from like over 100 feet away. Like I just saw the shadow of his head. He's like, I don't have a mask on. I'm like, that's your fucking handicap. You're supposed to wear a mask, right? You're out. Like, get out, whiner.
You also need to be like fully kitted. You can't just go in there without a mask and without a helmet.
But with airsoft, they let them take chances when it's outdoor, right?
These
There's
guys
guys
are
playing
idiots.
with just goggles and a helmet, or like goggles and a toque, and I'm like, don't you respect your teeth? Like, honestly, if I see a shadow, I'm not going to go, oh, he isn't wearing. I'm going to go, oh, there's a guy. You know.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I gotta look for my
I'm
kit.
wearing full kit. You can shoot me. Like, you're supposed to wear full kit. You don't want to wear full kit. If I see you and it happens to be your head, I'm shooting you.
I still have my Tipman's full mask.
Yeah, and you should play with that. Actually, we should go play airsoft for fun. No kidding. Like, just for fun, just go there. There's a indoor field up around us.
And Jeff, one more question. Sorry, like I played with some people before, never competitively, right? But I guess I don't know if this is a house rule or a very common rule. Is that if the paintball doesn't splat, we're not
You're
considered.
still in.
You're still in, right?
Yeah.
Is that's real?
Yeah, that's real. We rely
Okay.
on tournaments, and the way to cheat in a tournament is if you're running up and you get hit in the front, you instantly go into a dive into the cover.
Yeah.
And then as you're sliding across the grass, it wipes the paint off of you, and then you come up against the bunker. And I would even wipe my chest up against the bunker and then keep shooting. And the ref would come over and I'd be like, "What? Then like the paint would be gone."
Oh, that's one of the tricks. Because that I remember getting shot point blank, but for some freak accident, or maybe the paintball was old and stale, it didn't pop. So I'm like, I'm in, right? Like I'm not dead
Maybe you
yet.
shot him back. I hope.
Yeah, I did. But back to the whining, right? The person said he shot me first. I actually called a ref.
Wow.
Yeah, if he didn't have a break on you, it's now if it was airsoft, contact is out.
Oh, contact is out. Okay. Yeah, it was paintball.
There's no second chances with airsoft, right? Because there's nothing to break. It's just you feel the contact. Be an honest dude. Call
Yeah,
yourself.
everything's a kill shot. That's exactly like that's how I played too.
Yeah.
I also played with MMA rules and with bladed or blunt weapons.
Oh, so there's melee in yours? Like
Yeah, because it was all training scenarios for one of my friends. He was like training up at a kill house with a bunch of other people, and that's what the rules were.
wow.
So like first shot is a kill. If you don't, then it's engage with your bladed weapon or with your hands. But yeah, was that it for your shots, dude?
I think that was
Okay.
oh wait, sorry.
Oh,
One
wait.
Biggie Small picture. This is one of his most recent updates. I think
I love this one. I love this one.
it was just last night. I think he updated this, right?
Yeah. He posted that up and he messaged me about it. He's just like, yeah, this is like something like you inspired me to do the shot. I was like, wait, what? Okay.
And I mean, this has like movie, video game, like comic vibes, like the one man army, right?
Yeah.
I love it. It totally.
The Kamakura figure is so good, man. Like if you guys get your hands on it, definitely. Like if you find it somewhere in the wild, definitely pick up Kamakura. Kamakura is very, very good. Also, if you have any of the articulated icons ninjas, you can put the strap on him from the articulated icons ninjas, and it works better as like the strap for his sheath for his swords.
Yeah, like wow, like I'm like
very well done shot.
This shot, I mean, I can see that it's a large diorama set that he has, like a warehouse setting, right? And I think the full shot is a long shot too, where like it goes all the way up vertically.
Yeah. He usually shoots with his camera too, so it's always gonna be a wider field of vision.
The Instagram uploads already like the shrunken, the smaller version of it, and like this one, I just love all the things going on and like the detail. Like I think one of the guys have gotten like he's getting kicked away while he's holding the other one. There's already bodies on the floor, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of depth to it. There's a lot of layers. It's very, very good. He's He's been doing very well with those giant action shots.
Yeah, and just another thing I noticed is that like the highlighting with some of the lights, right?
Yeah.
How it hits off of like you can see the light, the direction that's especially from where the red ninjas are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all in
Yeah.
all, it was just one of those wow, like everything falls together, and I'm sure he probably took some time to plan the placement of
Yeah.
each.
No, I love like the debris field as well of the bodies down below. Like it's all well synchronized. It tells a story right in the shot there.
Yeah, and very dynamic. Like you almost feel that like the the main character of the shot, the Green Ninja, he's swinging into the kick, right? Like he's in
Yeah.
Yeah.
like this is
Yeah.
and back to, sorry, kind of related but unrelated, but back to like Jazz, what you're saying is that like I think you should like find the time to go to one or two toy shows, right?
Mhm.
Let's pick one. Let's make it like a whole group up.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we could talk about it later on. Yeah, for sure. When there's another show.
There's another it just so happened with this show there's so many toy photographers that showed up like just by chance. Like one of Ray's friend and also Matt's friend is his handle is Temzilla,
Okay.
and big toy collector and toy photographer as well. He had his booth like table right next to Ray at the toy show, right?
Oh, nice.
So it was like it was really
Is that the tailgate?
No, this was the one that at the this was the one in the Ajax Convention Center that just
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I didn't go to that. Yeah.
just last weekend. It was just like it just by chance there's so many like I've been to this show a few times. It's not always like toy photographers, but just this time there was at least two or three.
I think the hobby has grown in such a way that most you're guaranteed at least one toy photographer, if not more.
Yeah, yeah. And
Well,
hey,
the community is so large, right? So it's easy to get like one of those guys around. But yeah.
Yeah, not like when we first started. There was a point where groups that had like multiple thousands were in the hundreds back in the early days before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Pandemic hit and everybody realized how cool it is to shoot action figure photos.
yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
And a lot of people went to collecting from the pandemic, like like something to do, and it was a lot easier looking for toys like in a toy aisle before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now it's like everything's pillaged. Yeah. So good. Usually the guys jump on to close out, but I'm not sure if they're gonna jump on because it's like late.
Pretty late. I just noticed the time, and
yeah. I also have to get going soon to like get ready for bed and stuff, or because I gotta get to work tomorrow morning. Oh wait, is someone hopping in?
Oh,
Supposedly closing out tonight. Oh, I'm still recovering from COVID and Blessing Green are out. Oh, okay, yeah, that's totally cool. It's been so long. This is probably the longest one that we've done. I also, yeah, I'm exhausted now. I'm at a loss for words. I also wanted to show really quickly that I did a mod for Daredevil, the Electra Daredevil. I gave her soft goods. I gave her ab crunch. Excellent. I'm going to post a video of it at some point soon. I don't know when. At some point. But yeah,
you got like sleepy baby face.
Yeah, I'm exhausted, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, Thor. I hope everybody else has a good night.
Yeah, have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for the invite, guys.
This was a good time.
Yeah, of course.
In, dude.
All right, take care.
Jazz, later.
I'll see you soon, man.
Until next time.
Wait, I'm gonna see you on the weekend.
Yeah, like in a couple of days.
Yeah. Okay. See you then.
My wife is talking to me. Then she's pissed about the water being off, and I'm like, I'm just on the board. I didn't make the water go off. You know?
Oh my god.
Anyway,
All right. Yeah, Sunday they'll
back on
be
Sunday
back.
with Realm of Toys, Lazy Boys.
Excellent. I will try to tune in at some point if I'm not too exhausted from the wedding.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
All
Take
right,
care, boys.
Later, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Okay, pal.
Bye. Thanks.